Leroy Tobin, hold to the show, man. Still to the stars with the show, and till then his half moon open. Sometimes go taste like a snowman. No proof I'm a lie about a motor. No proof. Like I always wanted him, I never hated him, I never traded him, independent, I never ever traded him. You know what is a star? Like another city, the driver's side flyer. Just to get large, so many more. 10 in the more, never a bar. 10 in the more, 2 to the P. Nothing to you, but it's something to me. Handsome as ever, and cute as can be. You can watch us on YouTube with view for free. This one time for the Twitch. This one time for the text. This one time for the phone line. Whole time, what they gonna do next?
You know, I just wish you guys would stop the quibbling.
Good morning, everybody. Tobin and Leroy here with you, taking you from 10:05 to 2 p.m. here on 560.
I see what you did there.
Willy-nilly with the clock over here, you know?
Willy-nilly.
Get on when they want to get on, you know?
And you know, Galena come in and say, hey, guys.
Hey, guys, you got to stay on clock. Only you guys, you know, everybody else, they can do what they want.
Willy-nilly.
Lord knows if I get on, if I start an hour at 11:05, I will get a text. It doesn't matter what Galen is doing. He could be in a sales meeting. He could be talking to the top suits here at Odyssey. But if he knows that Tobin starts a top of the hour, I can do anything else I want the rest of the clock. Top of the hour, though, if I started at 11:05, 12:05, I'm going to get a text. But if this show starts at 10:06, won't hear people about it. Interesting. I don't know. What's this guy want to say? Hey, 560, you're on the air. What's up, buddy? Hello?
I think he was getting in line for
you want Smashing Pumpkin tickets?
Wow, early.
I gotta get that guy to be a rat in the cage, huh? Get to some headlines brought to you by the new Palmetto Ford Truck Super Center. Why buy your truck at a car store? Palmetto Ford.
I'm gonna come at you like Jazz Chisholm ran over
dude.
But wait,
what was he doing?
It wasn't his fault. Center field has right away.
That's kind of hold on. Here's the thing. Yes, that is like the default rule. However, he ran into left field and the guy was just standing there. Like there was no need for him to go get the ball. Like Brian De La Cruz was like, I got it. I'm literally right here, Jazz. And Jazz like blinders on. So it's Tommy Hunt was explaining this yesterday. He goes, yes, the default rule is center fielder is usually the captain of the outfield. However, he needs to realize in that spot, oh, my guy has it. And they were both just, I got it. And yeah, he torpedoed his own left fielder.
I always wonder if both parties are yelling, I got it at the same time, who hears who?
Well, we heard nobody. You don't have to. I can answer that question for you. What happens is they run into each other and the Astros score 2 runs.
And usually when they run into each other like that, nobody gets up very rapidly.
Right. No, it was just you know, and
it's like literally
keep
running, Tommy. Keep running.
Can I just tell you, they both sit there with their swagged out gloves. Like you have Brian De La Cruz with his giant teal glove, and Jazz is like purple and silver and all that, and they're both just looking sad. And I just want to think to myself, well, at least their gloves look cool, you know. But yeah, he ran right in. They first gave the error. They first gave the error to De La Cruz, but they changed it to Jazz. But yeah, not great baseball yesterday. Not great baseball by the Marlins.
Well, it was just one play.
Oh, I know. Well, the other plays were Meatball Central.
Oh, wait.
Schumacher got it. Skip, you got a little greedy with Johnny Cueto. All right, you get 5 out of Cueto, that's good. But then Jazz made an excellent play to start the 6th inning, and he tracked down a real rocket. And that was kind of the point that Tommy was making. He goes, you know, sometimes having all that athleticism can mess you because you think you can do everything, and you airmail.
What happens is as a center fielder, when you catch balls, right? You just tracking balls, and they're trying to see how much field you can cover, and you can cover a lot of field if you have speed, and that's what Tommy was hitting at. And so when you get into a game and you're just in that mode, everything I can get to, I'm going to get.
Mm-hmm.
And you put blinders on and you kind of forget about the context of, hey, I got a left fielder and a right fielder.
Yeah.
Because when you watch them shag balls, They're not really shagging balls like that. They're just saying, let's see how much ground he can cover. Let's see how his athletic ability will get him to this ball or that ball. And you see him make all these great plays. You got to kind of, what's going to happen next, right?
What?
They're going to both be as close as you and Marcos is on this screen. They're
both
going to look at each other, and the ball's going to drop in between them.
Well, it was so you had
Dela Cruz is going to say, hey, man, you dump trucked me last time. I'm going to let you get it.
He really did. And Jazz knew he screwed up. Like, they get back to the dugout, and John Jay comes over to him, and it's like, you could just see the 1,000-yard stare in Jazz's eyes. He's just like,
right.
No, it sucks. And then the Marlins, they got it bad. They got the lead back with some old bad news bears by the Astros throwing the ball all around the park. And then, so they go up 5-4. So first dude on the Astros, he hits a real piss whistle to center field, but Jazz tracks it down. Then the next pitch, boom.
Upper deck.
Got too greedy on Johnny Cueto.
No, the upper deck one was the one to take the lead.
Oh, well, listen, I haven't even gotten to Meatball Marinara. Old AJ Punk. This dude serves up the fastest batting practice I've ever seen in my life, because every pitch is 100 miles an hour and it leaves the ballpark so fast. I don't understand it.
But it's straight.
Oh, it's straight, and it takes off like a rocket.
You know who else does that is Tanner Scott. He gets so low that his ball doesn't go up and down. It just goes left and right. So that's easy ball to hit.
Yeah, it was a frustrating one. It felt like one the Marlins
they should have won that game. You score 5 runs on this team with the way the pitching has been, you got to win.
It was tough one.
Look,
so Larry went deep at the 30 home run mark. So he's
But here's the deal though. Like, it's unfortunate, but you gotta like the way they're playing, like the way they're hitting the ball. It just, I mean, you wanted to go on that little run, and you hate for it to end with guys running in each other.
Yeah, they've been playing better. That's why that's why that play is so disappointing yesterday, is because you're like, man, like, and it's like, it's an effort play. It's not like he dogged it. Like, I hate errors. Like, it's like if Jazz was lollygagging after a ball and some guy scored, that'd be
lollygagging. The old lollygagging.
Yeah, if he was lollygagging, out there, then he was like that kid who's picking daisies in the outfield. No, he was trying to play hard. It was just,
Why do you use words like they use in the movie Grumpy Old Men?
That was Bull Durham. You don't remember that?
It was also 30 years ago.
That was such a great speech by the manager. He throws the baseballs while they're all taking a shower. You lollygag the ball around the infield. You lollygag the ball around the outfield. Do you know what that makes you? And he goes to his coach. He goes, lollygagger, sir. Great speech.
Oh, my goodness. Meanwhile, coaches never go in the shower.
This guy, well, that's why you knew he had to make a statement, because Crash Davis told him, he goes, you got to scare him. They're kids. You got to scare him. It was almost like Kevin Costner was the real manager of the team, Either way. What was I talking about? Oh, yeah. The Pinks.
Oh, man.
Listen, Leroy, there's better soccer than this? People say there's better soccer than this?
I don't know. It goes from 0 to 60 so quick with this team now, right? Because you go back and forth, and you go on a little run, and then back it up, and then a little run, boom, 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 score! I'm like, whoa, what happened?
He's got these goalies so shook, Messi. Because
especially when he's kicking it from midfield, damn near.
I was like, he just hit a real piss whistle with his leg, and it just was like, man, this guy couldn't even get. You got the call last night, Marcos.
Whittingham on the call.
560 WQAM.
Advantage given as Messi's got it. He goes for goal from long distance and scores from 30 yards out. Lionel Messi gets his 9th of the tournament. Sensational, as only he can do. Messi for 2-0.
I mean, it was they kicked their ass. It really was. It was a drubbing. They were up 3-0 at halftime. They got one little lucky goal there to make it 3-1, and then Pinks tacked it on. So they really throttled Philadelphia, who's supposedly a good team. That's what the dude.
Right. That's what they were talking about. They said, this is going to be a tough one. This might even go into PKs.
This Philadelphia team. Philadelphia was out of that game immediately. All right.
Here's
dude.
the thing, and they were talking about they played a defensive lineup. So to stop all that, I'm like, wow, can you give up a goal any quicker with the defensive lineup?
Yeah, well, yeah, you know what it was? It was a scared lineup because they knew it was coming for him. And it's just his point. You better see.
So who won the second game? Monterey?
I don't know. There's a second game. I don't worry
No,
about
the second semifinal.
League Cup.
Yeah, because if Monterey won, the game's here.
Monterey.
Wow.
So the game's here. The final's here.
Monterey.
Hey,
Yeah, I
Marcos. Hey,
You're
Marcos.
right, dude.
Before the show starts,
Yeah.
you need to do some practice talking because your first talking can't be
On the mic.
Yeah.
Listen, I've done it too. The FTX Arena. I've been there. Dude. I've been there.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Nashville
the finals will be here.
No, Nashville won.
So why'd you say Monterey?
No, Monterey lost 0-2.
So it's in Nashville.
You know.
Oh,
Try and talk like you know soccer, dude.
on the pitch.
Try and talk like a real soccer expert.
Nothing says I'm a meathead like this last conversation with Marcos.
The only sport you say O2 is a pitch count.
Oh,
Here comes the O2.
To love. What does that mean?
Or of course in England they have the O2 Arena.
That's what I was referring to.
Oh, of course.
Mm-hmm.
Of course.
Monterey.
But yeah, it'll be the Pinks are heading to Nashville on Saturday. Saturday's the final, I believe.
Oh no.
I think it's Saturday.
Nash Vegas. Messi's not gonna know what to do.
Dan Messi is going to party in Nash Vegas. That's a good party town. That's gonna be fun. I tell you one thing though, doesn't matter the sport, doesn't matter the situation. Philadelphia is gonna boo their team.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness!
Oh, they're gonna
when
boo
it, when
their
it got
team,
to when it got to halftime, oh my goodness! You can hear it.
It doesn't matter. I mean, they could be playing tiddlywinks. They're out. They're gonna boo the holy hell out of their team. It was something. But yeah, this Messi's got him shook, dude. But like the thing is, it's trickled down on everybody because Messi's gonna score his goal. You just don't know when. He may do it late. He may just shock you from long distance. It doesn't matter. And that's the thing that people are realizing about soccer is with Messi, it doesn't matter. And that's what I'm trying to tell you people is, they say that there's better leagues around. That's just marketing. You can go around there and you could watch Premier League or La Liga. But Messi, he's revolutionizing the game. And we're all seeing it before our very eyes.
He's already done it, dude. He's on the back end of this.
It's different, dude. It's theater. And that's what the thing is like every time you watch Messi now, you're going to see something you've never seen. Even though, like, every time he does something, my guy Martin from Showtime texts me because he loves Messi. And he goes, oh, I remember this from this goal. And he'll send me a Messi goal that, like...
Well, they said the last time he made a goal from that distance was 2012.
It was impressive. I don't know, but, like, how does a goalie, like, excuse my my soccer noob...
How does he get... Because he was leaning towards the near post.
Yeah, but you had like an entire
like you had the whole
you
field.
Can't, dude. If the ball's kicked hard enough, you can't get. It's like what's amazing. Watch a quarterback throw a pass into a tight window, and you think, how the hell did that ball get there? Well, first of all, if you throw it hard enough, the reaction time of the defender who's looking all over the place may not be on that football at that time. It's amazing when they throw to the tight end running down the middle of the field. It looks like tight coverage, but you can see the back of the defender. And to a quarterback, that means that your tight end's open. If the DB ain't, if the linebacker's not looking.
RBA Richie said Messi is a soccer 1,000. MLS league players are a 60.
Pretty much.
I don't know. I mean, they look good enough to me. I don't know. I think he's just dominating. Why can't we just give a guy credit where credit's due?
Well, you took the best in the world and you sent him back to college.
I mean, if you sent LeBron to college, would he score 60 every game?
Yep. Yep.
I don't know.
Yep. There is nobody at that size that would get in front of him, first of all.
There'd probably be some like giant kid.
Wait. You just made that comment while praising Tyler Hero for scoring 44 in the pro league.
Right. Like,
what do you think LeBron would do?
I don't know.
Oh,
I don't know.
Goodness.
You'd have to see.
Hard to say.
He's never had the guts to show up, so let's see.
to Pro League?
Yeah, put on a show.
One of the greatest players ever played to show up for Pro League?
See, here's the thing. Like, it's one thing to put on a show when there's no expectation.
Wait, let me ask you a question. Did D-Wade ever play Pro League?
I don't think it was established back then.
Oh. How about Jimmy?
No, Jimmy doesn't do that.
Okay, then why, like, this is so, like, why, so Jimmy doesn't have the guts?
Jimmy doesn't need to have the guts. He's been to the finals.
No, LeBron does?
To a finals in the last 3 years.
LeBron does?
What do you mean? Does he?
You said LeBron doesn't have the guts, but Jimmy doesn't need the guts.
Show up. Let's see you do it.
Then why can't you say the same thing about Jimmy?
I know Jimmy doesn't need it. That's not Jimmy's thing. It's not his process.
Okay, then what? I'm confused here.
Well,
so you're saying LeBron doesn't have the guts to play Pro League, but Jimmy doesn't have to.
Yeah, he doesn't have to. He's got his own process.
But if you had, wouldn't it be the other way?
What do you mean?
Like if you had two players, LeBron and Jimmy, right? You would say LeBron doesn't need to play Pro League. So, like, why does he not have the guts?
I'm not the one here claiming LeBron could just drop 44 in any league. You are. I mean, like,
yes.
I would calm down if I was you. You're like the Don King of LeBron right now.
No, I'm not.
Like, take it easy.
I mean, you
don't need to write your mouth doesn't need to write text LeBron.
He's only scored the most points ever in the NBA. And you're telling me that he wouldn't dominate Pro League?
I mean, he's been around for 20 years. Like, I'm glad he's scoring points.
And so there's been a lot of guys who've been around. Vince Carter played for 23 years.
Nobody's saying LeBron's not a bad scorer, but it's one thing to do it, and
it's one thing to do it at the highest level. It's another thing to do it in pickup.
Here's the thing: you got a whole career, you got 82 games to do it. Of course, you're going to put up your points. Can you do it on a given night? Can you put on a show for the people? And that's what Messi's doing.
Wait, like scoring 25 of the last points for a team in a playoff?
When?
Boston.
Old news. What has he done for me
Boston
lately,
when?
Then LeBron scored the last. No, it wasn't against. I'm sorry, it wasn't against Boston. Who was it against?
Detroit from 2007.
But
bro, the subject is current events.
Oh my! So
20 years ago.
So LeBron, the most prolific scorer in NBA history, doesn't have the guts to play Pro League. Do you just realize how ridiculous you sound right now?
I'm not the one bringing up, you're the one who wants him to go play. Like, you're the one dismissing.
No, I said LeBron could score 40 points like nothing.
I guess, but we'll never know. I mean, like, we don't know. Like, I'm talking about, I have actual facts. You're living in Hypotheticalville. I'm talking about stuff that really happened. I'm talking about Messi scoring 9 goals in 6 matches. I'm talking about Tyler Hero scoring 44 points in the Miami Pro League. And you're sitting here talking about what ifs.
All right. Oh, okay. LeBron scored 42 points in the Drew League last year.
So not as much.
Idiots.
Okay, so not as much. Thank you, Ethan. You're boxed in, Leroy. Told you.
You've been.
What? Are you serious? Are you
Marcos? See ya.
Marcos, you.
WQAM broadcasting live from the Edmore Sawgrass Auto Mall Studios. Edmore Sawgrass
Welcome back, everybody. Tobin and Leroy here with you on 560. Take you guys up until 2 here on the show. Back with Game Day Uncensored this Saturday at noon. Myself, Solana, and Omar Kelly will get you ready for Dolphins and Texans. They are starting up their joint practice right now, and the only thing we're really going to be on the lookout for is fisticuffs, because stuff pops off at a joint practice. Things happen. It's supposedly 102 there today.
Yeah, I heard some things. I think if I'm not mistaken, Crowder is or was in Houston and was saying that it really compares to down here with the heat. I know a lot of people think down here because of the humidity that this is like the hottest place in the world, but Houston up there.
Houston's up there. And like, I was trying to explain this when we came back from Vegas, like, that whole wet heat, dry heat, humidity, like it kind of just matters on like how much you sweat, because like when you go to Vegas, it feels like an oven. It feels like it's very uncomfortably hot. It's just, but like when you walk here, it's just soupy. It's uncomfortable. That's the big difference of all of it.
The other thing is that in Vegas, like everything inside is so cold.
Right.
It is unbelievable how cold it is. And you get stuck because you want to put on like a little jacket when you're inside. That's how cold it is, Marcos.
Mm-hmm.
You want to put a little jacket on, but the second you get anywhere near the door of outside, it's stifling.
Josh Hart says, I know Butch Berry is out there just burning calories and sweating. Oh, no doubt. That dude with his the Dolphins O-line coach, he looks like a sweater. He looks like a sweater for sure. RVA Richie wants to give me cliff notes on the beautiful game. No research involved. I don't need cliff notes, dude. I mean, I'm just see. Here's the thing. I've noticed that I am a soccer fanatic. People want to like
shame you
stuff. No, not shame me. It's like they kind of want to welcome me in, but it's like I'm just sitting here enjoying the Pinks. You guys can sit here and you can quibble over what's better, what's more important, but not to me. In my own world, all I care about right now is the League Cup. I'm task at hand right now. So if you want to talk about what are the important accomplishments or what are the levels to this game, I'm not worried about it, dude. Right now, my championship is on Saturday, and that's all I care about. Because whatever the MLS is going to do and whatever happens with the Pinks after this, it doesn't really matter, because it's whoever, even if the Pinks don't make the playoffs or don't go to the real MLS Cup, it's a false champion. It's a paper champion. The real has been decided, and it's going to be the Pinks, because they're the most overwhelming force in all of sports right now. Messi is the most overwhelming force in all of sports. And like, he's already proven it on every level. So like, you can't sit here and say like, oh, you're not watching the best soccer. I very clearly am. I'm watching the GOAT, and he's already torn up the world. So you guys could, quibble and talk about, oh, we're going to get up at 5 a.m. and watch Ted Lasso and enjoy ourselves. Whatever. I don't care. Right now, old Tobes is just enjoying the Pinks, and I'm enjoying the GOAT, and that's my GOAT, and I don't care really what else. And Neymar, you made a huge mistake, but that's okay. I guess you'll visit Miami when you visit Jimmy Butler, but you made a huge mistake to go to Saudi Arabia. You could have been part of a revolution. Right now, I don't think people realize what's happening right now, and what's happening is a soccer revolution. And I'm not talking about that dumb New England team, the New England Revolution, all right, that bum MLS team with their O'Keefes and O'Malleys, because they don't know what they're talking about up there, right? They already don't know about American football. They're going to start talking about the beautiful game up there. No.
What do they know?
Yeah, what do they know? So, I'm just going to sit here and I'm watching greatness in front of me with Busquets and I'm watching and Jordi Alba, and I'm watching a big goal yesterday right before the break, and then of course Messi, and don't forget about my dog Tata. Like Tata's out there, and he's coaching them up. He's coaching them up. They look at this.
Hey,
you saw yesterday Philadelphia Union, who looked like soccer Jason Garrett. That guy was so bewildered by the stuff Tata was putting on him. It was crazy. He's undressing him.
We could all be Tata if Messi was on our team.
You see that you say that, but here's the thing.
Hold on. How many games did they win before Messi got there?
What do you mean? He just got the job. They fired that bum, the guy who was the friend of Beckham, Neville. You know, I thought I was gonna like that guy because he don't know this, but like he doesn't know what he's doing.
And being that you're 82%, was it Irish? 82% intangibles. We can go ahead on. I'm gonna say you're 100% intangibles.
I am 100% intangibles. I don't sunburn easily. That's all I need that 15% Italian for is you know what? I don't have to put on SPF 90 like Butch Berry does. That's the only benefit of it.
Does Butch Berry look like the guy who keeps like his nose excessively white?
Definitely.
Just his nose
yes,
has
definitely.
so much cream on it.
But it's really a marvel to watch.
It's lotion, Marcos.
It's lotion.
You guys have been telling me
suntan lotion.
Oh yeah, whatever.
Like what are you doing? I don't even use the stuff because I got that beautiful skin. But
put olive oil on my skin.
And Dade South beat me to the punch.
What are you trying to cook yourself?
Dade South beat me to the punch, but it's exactly the point I was going to make. It's like discrediting Spo for coaching the Big Three. Like just because you have greatness doesn't mean you know what to do with it. And Tata knows what he's doing.
But I would say this. The difference between Spo and Tata is Spo has competed with rosters similar to what Tata had before Messi. You understand what I'm saying? Like that 31-11 team that didn't quite make the playoffs. Okay, that was an okay team. Tata had an okay team when he took over, and they didn't win nothing.
What was he? How long was he the Inter Miami coach? Like 3 seconds?
Okay, I'm just saying.
He got the job 3 weeks ago, Leroy. He got the job in June.
Okay. He started winning when Messi got there, but he was doing the same amount of winning as Neville before he got there.
I mean,
that's accurate. Yeah, but you could say what you want about it. That's a fact.
Your difference is 2 weeks. Like that's how much you gave Tata. Like how that's fair. What if you gave Spo 2 weeks? You would have fired him because they were 9-8.
No. Basketball's different.
Oh, okay. Basketball's different.
It is.
Tata, man. He's got it going on.
Okay.
Anyway, take a break. Dolphins, some drama happening at camp.
What was that?
What the hell is that?
I've never heard that.
That's drama. That's drama at camp.
Okay.
We got contract drama. That's next. Welcome back, everybody. It's Tobin and Leroy here with you. 560 WQAM. Leroy, can get a weather update from the Demesman and Dover Law Firm. Your free consultations 24/7. Call them at 866-954-MORE.
Heading over to the window plex. Looks like it is partly cloudy. Winds are 10 to 15 miles an hour. Out of the southwest. And the temperature is about 88 degrees.
Alrighty, how do you do, Marcos?
Weather is 89 degrees. Very close on that. We got a 51% chance of rain today. Just assume it's going to rain at some point.
Right.
And then winds from the southeast at 12 miles per hour.
Alrighty. He's a golfer. He's a golfer, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get you a training camp report, which are brought to you by our friends over at Miami-Dade County Public Schools Technical Colleges. Enroll today in one of their over 60 Miami-Dade County Public Schools Technical Colleges affordable training programs and get fast-tracked to a financially rewarding career in 1 to 2 years. Convenient day and evening classes give you the flexibility you need while you learn. Go to careerinayear.com and get there. Miami Dolphins joint practice today with the Houston Texans. They're on the road for their second preseason game. Of course, Mike McDaniel, D'Amico Ryans go back to their San Francisco days where they were offensive and defensive coordinator. D'Amico Ryans in his first year as the Texans head coach. They got C.J. Stroud as their rookie QB. And the big news coming out of today, Leroy, and I was not hip to this, but Omar Kelly actually mentioned this on Game Day Uncensored on Saturday, that Christian Wilkins hadn't been doing team drills recently, that he had been kind of, excusing himself and not participating. So Mike McDaniel was asked about that today, and here is Mike McDaniel on Christian Wilkins.
Mike, what do you expect Christian Wilkins to do today in terms of participation? And how much has he missed by not being part of team drills the past couple of days?
Oh, hell, you're onto it. Christian's such a good player, such an important person in the locker room, who has made it clear that he feels that his play is deserving of a contract. We would agree as the Miami Dolphins organizations. Henceforth, we are in negotiations. As a result, he's hasn't been participating in the team. And, when he next participates, that'll be up to him.
Are you comfortable with that plan?
Every player is, it's like a snowflake, I would say, unique to itself. So, I'm comfortable with the situation as it stands. Christian and I are in constant communication. This is part of the business that a lot of teams are dealing with.
All right, there you go. Mike McDaniel confirming that Christian Wilkins is holding himself out of team drills. They are in negotiations of a contract. He is doing the hold in, Leroy, as opposed to the hold out.
Know why?
You
ain't got to give no money back.
Right. I believe the last one to do this correctly was Xavier Howard. I remember him pulling this.
Yep.
Xavier Howard pulled this move, and then all of a sudden, new contract. But listen, the last time we heard Christian Wilkins let you know he deserved his money, and now apparently he is not doing team drills because eat me.
Call him a snowflake too.
It's not probably the analogy you want to. I get what he was trying to say. No snowflakes are alike, but it's probably also not the term you want to use for a player. I don't think that Christian Wilkins would,
especially a big ass snowflake.
Right.
Right. More of a snowball.
But look, I mean, I don't know. Now that we know this Dalvin Cook thing is not happening, and we'll get his comments on that in a little bit. But now that this isn't happening, that is kind of the last. I know there's other guys, Connor Williams, Zach Sealy. Christian Wilkins is the star you have to pay. And, when they're going to get that, I don't know. I don't, but clearly this is his level of showing his, dissatisfaction with where things are, because I'd imagine if he was happy with where negotiations were, he'd probably still be participating in camp.
Well, no, even if he was happy where things were going, it's still not done. So I think he would be in this spot anyway. Because if it were close, then you hold in to say, let's get over this hump.
Yeah. I mean, it's the lowest level of making a stink. It's like having a squeaker in an elevator with a stranger, but like you didn't mean to, but you know,
Squeaker.
A little squeaker, you know, like and you didn't mean to. But it's not going off like one in church, you know?
Dude, no, it's the silent ones. The silent ones that
That's what I'm saying. Well, no, like the ones that sound like a tuba, you know, you gotta, you know, those are embarrassing, but it doesn't make as much of a stink.
Especially on those hard seats.
Woo!
But you ever notice in the crowd, nobody ever goes, excuse me, because they could get away with you not knowing it was them.
But he's made his thing. It's one of those things. He's made his point known and what he's upset with. And you know, I hope when Mike McDaniel says they're talking about it, I hope like it's actually gonna have some kind of a resolution because they need him.
Hey, that man.
They need that guy.
Yep.
I don't need him to prove that he can go and ruin Laramie Tunsil and the crew over in Houston, but still,
yeah,
I would like it. I mean, he is their leader on defense. He is the guy that sets the tone for everything, and
he really does. And I don't think people understand the importance of the guys up front, what they do, and how it affects everybody else, right? You can think of all the great defensive teams, and in most cases, you can remember their front seven more than you can remember who was in the secondary. And that's the thing. That front four, especially the front four, if they do it right and do it well, it speeds up the clock on the offense, whether it's throwing the ball, whether it's running the ball. And if you can get that offense into a mode of impatience, that's when your secondary can make plays and turn the ball over and things of that nature. So it's very important that they, make sure that front four is solidified. And what's crazy about it is that now you have a guy who you're paying a lot of money to that doesn't fit the defense in Agba.
Yeah.
And so that's crazy because he's losing opportunities, not because he's not a good player, but just because the defense only uses 3 linemen.
Well, yeah, it's one of those things where they brought him back. Like Agba was the guy they had to pay a year ago,
right?
And he got hurt. He didn't have the same impact he did 2 years ago, and now everything's different. It's not really his fault.
No, it's not. It's not
really. It's not really his fault. It's not. It's just kind of ill timing of it. He definitely feels like somebody they have to trade. I just don't know who wants to take that kind of money on.
Here's the other thing. The other thing is you do realize you're asking Christian Wilkins to play over center and get double and triple teamed on every play now. When before, when they were in the 4-3, you had another guy in there, whether it was Agbo or Sealer or somebody else who was on the other side that they couldn't do that with. So now he's going to take even more heat.
And that's
so he better get his money now, because if you're going to compare numbers from last year to this year's numbers might not be as good, but his importance is going to be greater because he's going to be in there almost by himself.
Well, it's also one of those things like we talked about, like the big number that sticks out with him is the sacks. Like he doesn't have the sacks like the other guys do, but like he'll have twice the tackles that the other guys do.
He had 100 tackles last year.
Like Quinnen Williams last year, 12 sacks, but he had 55 total tackles. Christian Wilkins, 3.5 sacks, 100 tackles almost, like 98 tackles.
Right.
And so, and also, I'd say Quinnen Williams played on a better defense. Just as a whole, they had their bleep together better last year than the Dolphins did.
I would just say, like, we can look at the numbers to try to compare him to what other people are getting paid. But if you watch this team and watch these games, you understand the impact that he has on that defense.
Mm-hmm.
So
That's real. Yeah, well, they're from the same draft class, and obviously, it's just one of those that you're gonna look to. Same division. He was like the big feature yesterday on Hard Knocks. Was Quinn Williams? He was destroying everybody.
Right.
He was bragging that he had 10 sacks in a joint practice.
Not the guy who blessed himself.
He did bless himself.
Mhm.
Yes.
Solid.
Another thing that seems to be for menacing defensive linemen.
Yes.
He's just,
Dude, I'm telling you what, there's nothing worse than getting pounced on by over exuberant defensive linemen.
Do you think that Mike McDaniel used the snowflake right because he was hot? Like he's just like, snow would be nice right now.
No.
Just because he's weird.
You're trying to use reasonable explanations for some of the things that this man says when he himself has been in a conversation and go, oh, what was I talking about?
What was that?
Yeah, what was the question again? So no, you don't have to.
Mike, what do you think about Christian? Well, it's like a snowflake. Players are like snowflakes. No,
I mean, it almost sounds like the Miami coach that talked about the hot dog or the sandwich.
Oh, yeah, that was Mark Richt.
Mark Richt, right?
Oh, well, you got a sandwich and 2 pieces of bread, and yeah, it's a lot like the butterfly. That was something. He gave us a dude. Leroy almost lost it having the Hurricanes' former head coach on with us one time. Do we still have that in the system? Is that anywhere?
Was live? That was with us, kind of thing. I thought
it might still be. Just look it up if you have it. We got to take a break, but see if you can find Mark Richt's response. You could hear Leroy in the background. He's nearly losing it because of what Mark Richt was trying to say. Take a break. We're back after this.
It's time for our Tua.
It's our Tua. It's our Tua. It's our Tua. Tua, Tua, Tua. Tonga Valoa. Not
Tua Tagovailoa.
A for effort. Dolphins quarterback.
Tua.
It's our Tua. It's our Tua.
Tua.
Tua, Tua, Tua. Tua, Tua, Tua. Can go to hell. Tua Tonga Valoa. Dolphins quarterback.
Daddy loves you guys.
Our Tua with Tobin and Leroy.
Check the history of
Our Tua of the program, ladies and gentlemen. Tobin and Leroy here with you on a Wednesday. Got a little ship coming up later on in the program today. And Miami Dolphins in the midst of a training camp joint practice with the Texans. Let's get to our headlines brought to you by the new Palmetto Ford Truck Super Center. Why buy your truck at a car store? Palmetto Ford.
We know trucks.
All right, so the word is first fight of joint practice.
What?
Yep. Christian Harris, linebacker from the Texans.
Tight end.
Dolphins running back.
Oh, running back.
That's Wilson.
Oh, yeah.
According to Brooks Gabina, who covers them for the Houston Chronicle. Harris slung him around to the sideline, and Wilson took a swing. Both were pulled back by their teammates.
Nice. I like this. No suspensions are going to come from this. Nothing crazy.
Well, I was reading a quote that said apparently D'Amico Ryan and Mike McDaniel said that if any punches were thrown, that player would be ejected. I don't know if Jeff Wilson was ejected. I'm not positive.
Wow.
So
you know who would never throw a punch? Dalvin Cook. Soft.
I've never thrown a punch.
Wow.
They were talking about this yesterday on Hard Knocks. I don't remember who it was, but on the Jets, they got into a kerfuffle. And Aaron Rodgers, like the wise old shroom taking QB as he is, he goes, I hope he didn't do a closed fist on the helmet. That's not smart. And he is right. I mean, hitting a helmet is not smart with a punch.
Yeah. I'm saving my energy. I'll fight you in a game. I'll fight you in a scrimmage. But in practice, no, it's too hot for that.
102 of practice, no bueno, dude.
Plus, as a running back, it's crazy because we played one position where people always try to punk us. You know what I mean? You always trying to intimidate the running back. You always trying to make them quit. So, like, that stuff is just no. The only thing I always had a problem with, don't walk over me.
Oh, yeah.
Right? And if the play's over,
yesterday.
If the play's over, the play's over.
Hold it where?
With the pinks. Messi had to get in some guy's face.
Oh, they're trying to rough Messi up.
What the
They're
hell
trying
are
to
they
rough
doing,
Messi up. They're trying to treat they're resorting to thuggery on the pitch.
Yeah.
And I don't appreciate it.
Yeah.
And you know what he does? He rewards you with a goal right in your face.
Look at that. Well, I don't know. It was right in the face of half the field because he shot it from half field. Midfield on the pitch.
Tex Edgy is
wait. After you screw up the terminology, don't try to say on the pitch. Like to try to clear it up. No.
Well, listen, he's trying to recover ever since saying Morocco earlier, or whatever the hell you. What did you try and say?
I don't want to talk about it.
Monterey.
Whoa.
Wow.
Monterey.
Wow.
Oh man, that's bad. Oh man,
you hadn't talked earlier, haven't you? You've been by yourself.
You didn't warm it up with some apple juice. That's normally his routine.
It's my problem.
You are the oldest human being that I know that drinks that much damn apple juice.
It's delicious, dude. You know what my problem
is? And now your kid has it too. So is a refrigerator full of apple juice?
Oof. Yeah, won't be full for long though. Won't be full for long.
That's something, dude. I don't know how legit this is or not, but Tex Edgy, one of our Twitchers, he's saying that it's an effing flag fest. He's apparently getting play-by-play from his boy at camp. That's a dedicated fan
boots
right
on the
there.
ground.
He's got a guy boots on the ground. He goes, All right, here's what we got, Tex Edgy. We got a flag fest over there, and Mike McDaniel not happy with the offense right now. Stop. Tua Tagovailoa, pick 6. Stop. Jeff Wilson swinging on people. Stop.
Where's that from? I know, like the practice of saying stop after things.
Telegrams, dude. That's what they used to do back in the day.
Wow. Okay.
You ever like go? Did you ever watch the movie 8 Men Out?
No.
It was about it was a good movie. It was
Black Sox.
Yeah, it was about the Black Sox. And the way they used to go, I don't know if this is legit or not, but the way they used to do is they used to have a telegram, beep, 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 and there used to just be a guy there that would read the telegram and be like, Shoeless Joe Jackson, singles to left, first base, and they just move like a little pin that showed him on first base. I was like, man,
damn.
I mean, they used to use anything for entertainment back in the 20s.
I mean, they didn't have TV, dude.
I guess so.
They didn't have Bally Sports. Like, why you? I mean, what about when they used to listen to boxing on the radio?
That's when all the broadcasters were named Red. Red Barber, Red Harris.
Seems like a good movie. I just read what it's about.
The Black Sox scandal.
Yeah,
it's a good movie. It is a good movie. It's an interesting story.
I'm not gonna lie, it kind of has some live golf vibes to it.
Because they were pissed at a cheapskate owner.
Yeah.
And so what they were trying to do was they were trying to take game. Here's the thing that was crazy about it. 9-game World Series.
Wow.
Not a 7-gamer.
Damn.
And so like they thought they were just going to throw a couple games because the owners screwed them out of their bonuses, right? Real cheapskate. And then they tried to stop doing it and the mob got involved. And they weren't happy. It was a good movie. Good movie, good story.
Nice.
Other than them all getting lifetime bans.
Well, there's that. Rough.
And then Joe Jackson, they said he wasn't too smart. And he even he did the thing where he took the gangsters' money, but then he still played awesome in the World Series.
Oh no. That's Shoeless?
Shoeless Joe.
Oh my god.
And that's why I was like, he should still be in the Hall of Fame. He still played good.
Let me just say, Shoeless Joe, not a looker.
No.
wait. I'm sure they don't have a picture, an iPhone picture, right?
I don't know, dude. You can tell in any light.
Probably had one of those where they had gunpowder on the flash.
Right, where they open up the curtain.
Yeah. Meanwhile, speaking of old, I promised you that Mark Richt answer. Earlier today, Mike McDaniel referred to Christian Wilkins as a snowflake. Not that he's soft, but that he's unique.
Every player is, it's like a snowflake, I would say.
One time, former Hurricanes coach Mark Richt joined us. I believe when he was part of the ACC network. I don't think this was when he was coach, but when we had, it was when we had just started in this new building, and he had come on the show. We had him over the phone. I don't remember. Leroy was asking him something about trying to develop players.
Yeah,
and this was the answer that he gave us.
It's so good to struggle. It's so good to overcome adversity. Right. It grows you as a human being. It grows you as a leader. And like you say, when it's just like that the butterfly, when it's a caterpillar and it's coming out of the cocoon, it's got to fight its way out. And if it doesn't fight its way out, the wings aren't strong enough to fly. So you might have somebody want to cut open the cocoon and relieve the pain, and then and not go through the struggle, and all of a sudden you're not strong enough to fly.
You were laughing in his face. What? This man is trying to make a point, and you were laughing.
I was like attentive, right? Yeah, I got you, coach. Yep. Mm-hmm. And then he just made a left turn and start talking about butterflies and caterpillars. And Tobin is looking at me because he's about to blow, right? I'm sitting there. We are now talking about cocoons and butterflies and walking by a cocoon and seeing the butterflies struggle. So you cut the cocoon open. I'm like, I wanted to say, Coach, I don't know if that's how that works.
I've never done that.
When is the last time you walked by a cocoon and say, I think that little butterfly is struggling. I'm going to cut open his cocoon and let him. So I hope his wings are strong enough.
That has to be like one of those where it's like, you have to be like, it almost appears like Mark Richt loves gardening. And like, he's thought this when he's like, oh, that poor butterfly, that caterpillar can't get out of its chrysalis.
But no, the problem is not like I had every right to feel the way I felt because I didn't know what the hell we were talking about. And I asked him a simple question about development of young kids and how difficult it is now. And Tobin is like giving me the look, like hoping that I explode in laughter.
No,
and now I can't look at him because
because sometimes we'll be in a room, but you and I can't be together. And I'll pop up like a prairie dog because I'll make attention.
No, the worst. That was the worst. I thought we were all going to get fired when the lady next to me said Z Googles.
Dude, we had a lady from Old Country.
Huh.
We were doing a meeting about the website, the new Odyssey website, and they were explaining like how they get into the algorithm.
Yeah.
And they're like, Mila, will you please take it over?
Oh man, Mila.
And, she goes, yes, this is how you get into the Google's algorithm. And I'll be like, and I was dead asleep.
So Tobin was sitting like this. Look,
so boring.
I was sitting right next to the lady. I didn't know that I was gonna. And Tobin was sitting across from me.
We were in a board. We were in the boardroom over there, and I was on the.
So
one
he did
corner.
this. He went. so now I'm sitting right next to the lady going, doing quiet laugh. Beast is on the other side going, oh my God, we get ready to get fired. I'm like, are we the only two that finds this hilarious? Like everybody was so serious, taking notes, asking questions, and the three of us are like we can't. I'm like, Lynn, we can't do those meetings. We gonna get fired.
Mila's still running.
I don't think I don't think so. I don't think any of those people are still here anymore.
Oh, okay. Did you ever learn about the Googles?
No, I learned everything I need to know from Tobin. He knows all the crap.
There's actually a website when I was in like middle school called Gizoogle that would turn everything like you would Google it and it would turn all the words to like izzles. It'd be like, yeah, the Marlizzles are on base bizzle. And I'm like, what are you doing, Gizoogle?
Oh man, we'll take a quick break. Mike McDaniel, he reacts to the Dolphins not getting Dalvin Cook. That's next.
Text
It's Tobin and Leroy here with you on 560 WQAM. Take you guys up until 2 here on the show. They got Sugar Sean O'Malley on First Take right now, Leroy, as they got a UFC 292 coming up in Boston this Saturday. So,
Boston,
you know, he got very mad at me one time on Twitter because I had the audacity to say Jorge Masvidal was more popular than him.
You didn't even say better.
I didn't say better. I didn't even say better, even though, like, you know, Jorge Masvidal's been doing it forever. This guy's fought a bunch of bums. He got a split decision over one good fighter, and somehow he's ranked number 2 in the world. But he might look, he could still win. He could still go out there. He could still beat Aljamain Sterling this weekend.
Any chance, if it goes to decision, that he'll win? Like, since that last one that went to decision, I don't think he won the fight, and they still gave it to him. Is there an agenda?
There's always a chance. Like,
oh my goodness, wait a minute. Listen, when we go to these fights, everybody discusses it.
There's always
everybody talks about what the ramifications of each fighter winning is, how this is going. Like, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, anytime there's a chance it goes to decision, something bad can happen because judges are terrible. Like, I see stuff all the time where you're just like, huh? What? How did they see that? But they do. It happens every week. So yeah, there's absolutely a chance he wins the decision. I think, though, his best chance to win is, he's got to like, if he doesn't knock out Aljamain Sterling, he has to really hurt him in the first round to compromise Aljamain Sterling. Otherwise, Aljamain Sterling is going to take him down, choke him out.
Does he have a good ground game or anything like that?
We haven't really seen it. That's the thing with him, is he's had a lot of tailor-made opponents. He hasn't had a lot of, oh boy.
Oh, look at that.
Uh-oh. Oh, whoa. Wow, they just lost him.
Look at that.
Unless that was like by purpose. It was that was kind of weird.
Maybe that's
what happened.
They just, like, his interview just kind of glitched out. It looked like his satellite had gotten taken out by a missile. Wow.
Maybe they were done.
No, dude. No, it was like a
and
it just scrambled away. Molly Curran was very confused.
Gotta write a ticket.
Get after it. Speaking of writing a ticket, the Dolphins did not write a ticket or contract to Dalvin Cook. Mike McDaniel explaining where the Dolphins are at with their running backs right now. This is McCochin.
I'm very happy with our running back group. There's been a ton of development since camp started for already talented guys that I very much believe in. So overall, I'm really pumped with the running back group as far as other teams' transactions. And, I haven't even paid that much attention other than to what is today. Today is practice. Was the 16th of August. And I'm very happy with the crew that we're gonna compete with, and I'm pumped to compete against this unit too.
That's just is he doing that like as a thing? Like, you haven't paid attention, Dalvin's going to the Jets. Like, I don't understand.
See, I think a lot of people misread what the Dolphins were thinking, and I think they thought, we'd love to have Dalvin Cook. Here's what we're going to offer. If he doesn't take it, we're fine with who we have. And so to sit here and act disappointed or discouraged that you didn't sign him, I don't think the team feels that way. I really think that they tried to get him at a deal. If they couldn't get him at a deal, no biggie, right? No bigs. And they just keep it moving. So I think Dalvin Cook wanted to play at home. But again, if you leave the Vikings making $5 million a year, you can't go anywhere for less. So any team that was offering him $4 or $5 million, they were never going to, because just to save face, you got to go somewhere else and make more money so you could say, see, somebody values me.
I think the encouraging thing from Mike's perspective is if he's saying there's development from the start of camp, like, they're happy with where A-Chain's at.
Yeah. Yeah. Agreed.
And they think that he's going to be productive. I think that's,
right.
The only thing that I think everybody knows the speed that he has. Baldy loves him. I think the thing that people are wondering is he's small. Can he pass block? Can he be in there on certain situations, but we don't.
The way football is now, dude. They play with so many different groupings and whatever. You can get away with having a running back that can't pass protect. I mean, you're talking about 90s. You couldn't get on the field if you couldn't pass protect.
Now it's not a big deal.
No, it's not. No, because of the offense, the way they get rid of the football, the different, formations and shifts and motions and stuff like that. If anybody, if you wanted a running back not to block, you could put him on the field in a situation where they would spread out and you wouldn't have to have him block.
Marcus, you got that Hard Knocks from yesterday? Like, where's that at? You got that?
I do, but got to write a ticket right now.
What's wrong?
I'm not sure. Everything just went black. I sent you a picture.
Fix it, dude.
Fixing it. What do you mean it's not working? Get out there, fix it, dude. Why don't you? I want to play some Hard Knocks. You know
Marcos would be like, "Hey, that's not the wires, Marcos. That's the air condition." Like he'd be out there trying. You said fix it.
Oh, I got the sound, by the way.
Oh, it's back?
Yeah, I got it.
I didn't even really want it. I just wanted to yell at you.
Oh, you knew.
But are you seriously back?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Can you give me Hard Knocks? Can you give me the coach being all salty at his own line last night?
Oh no, I don't have that though.
Oh.
No, I do.
So last night, I went back in my office, I turned off my lights, and I would just watch a silent tape. All right, you guys know how important to me the silent tape is, because the silent tape represents who the we are. Defense, our style was all over this bitch yesterday, and it was awesome to see because that's our standard, that's who we are. All right. Offense, guys, it was our first opportunity to change the stink that's been in this organization for a very long time on the offensive side of the ball. You can have a Hall of Fame quarterback. You can have two $10 million plus receivers. You can have a reigning offensive rookie of the year. You can have all kinds of skill in the running back room. None of it matters until the big boys up front change who the we are. We as coaches, we as an organization can't want it more than you. And I'm watching that tape all night last night, trying to find something to show that we're changing, and it didn't show, and it was our first op. And I'd love to say we got another practice, but you know what? It's like Sunday. You don't get Monday morning to go redo. It's getting your mind right to represent who the you are every single time you are on the field.
Jesus.
We'll fix for footwork. We'll fix all that, but you can't fix until we know you're giving everything you got. Making it hurt, straining and fighting for everything you got. Because we will go as you go. We proved last year that we're a 7-10 football team with a really good defense and a mediocre offense. That's about what we proved. Flip that. We don't get any more second chances. We got to get better.
Wow. -1 for lashing out, Robert Saleh.
-1. Hey, wait. My favorite part. There's something you need to understand. And I've been laughing and didn't really hear all the other stuff he said. Do you realize that all film study is silent film?
The silent film.
The fact that he had to say, I watched the silent film. None of the film you watch as a football player has no volume. So while you guys were getting caught up on all the other stuff, I'm thinking to myself, why in the hell did we have to clarify that you were watching silent film like the 1920s?
I thought you were going to say the part that stood out to you is when he goes, this organization has had a stink over it for a long time. I was like, yes, they have. They certainly have.
I mean, you haven't been to the playoffs. It speaks for itself. So, no, I was more caught off by I watched the silent film. Because no coach. Have you ever heard a coach say that?
I mean, maybe he likes the maybe every once in a while he likes the Jets pregame the preseason broadcast team on it. Yeah, I don't know.
They watch 3-4 hours of film a night. You think he's got time for commercials and chit chat in the booth?
As long as you got a DVR, you're good. You know,
dude. Again, All the other stuff he said is online with getting a football team ready for the season. But the silent film part, I'm like, what the hell was that?
There's no second chances on a Monday. Yeah, but there is in training camp. I mean, you do have second chances.
But if you don't, here's the rule. Here's a lot of things that every coach tries to do. And you'll hear Mike McDaniel say this. We want to get our guys in situations that mimic what they will go through on Sunday, right? And you try to do that during practice, even with your limitations. And the way you can do that is, even though you may not be in pads or even though it may not be tackling, you can still play with the speed that will allow you to get a feel for what it's going to be like on Sunday. So from that standpoint, you'll hear a lot of coaches say things similar to what Robert Saleh said, because they're trying to get their guys ready for the season and understanding that there's a sense of urgency that needs to happen on a daily basis so we can hit the ground running instead of starting the season off like 3 or 4 teams are going to do, very sluggish because you haven't played football in 3 months.
We'll take a quick break. You guys can get at the show, 305-567-0560, streaming live on YouTube and Twitch. Miami 56 WQAM. That is your channel. You can go subscribe. You get a notification every time we go live. And anytime there's a new video posted up. Back with more after this.
WQAM.
So last night, I went back in my office, I turned off my lights, and I would just watch a silent tape. To represent who the you are every single time you are on the field. But you can't fix until we making it hurt, straining and fighting for everything you got with a really good defense and a mediocre offense.
Guys lashing out, dude. I gotta tell you, the Jets sound nervous.
They sound scared.
They sound nervous, dude. And you notice how a defensive coach, he's lashing out on the offensive side of the football. Not my problem. Wasn't me.
Yeah.
Wasn't me. Not exactly the picture of accountability, old Robert Saleh. You know, probably why the Jets didn't want to be on Hard Knocks. You know, can't crack it, can't handle it.
Does the AFC East have the best defensive lineup in the NFL?
No.
I mean, all of the teams?
Like all 4 teams. Buffalo has a good defense. Miami has a good defense. I think the Patriots set a record for most defensive touchdowns last year, and the Jets have a good defense. I don't know any other division that has 4 marquee defenses.
It's a good division. I mean, just overall, it's a good division.
Yeah.
I mean, like they you know, they probably look at the NFC East. They got a lot of good defenses too. I mean, probably the 2 of the most stacked up and down divisions that you have. But yeah, it's a honestly, the Dolphins defense has the biggest leap that they have to make because they have what seems like all of the talent. Now they have the coach. They need to put it all together because the Dolphins defense, I think, out of all of them, was probably the most disappointing last year.
Right.
But Bangs is here to fix that as long as they pay Christian Wilkins. They don't do that, then they're effed because they already don't have Jalen Ramsey.
Yep.
Which isn't great.
They said Noah's doing well.
Noah is doing well. Noah's having a good camp. You don't trust
no, but here's the deal. Here's the deal. Would you have felt differently if he wouldn't have got drafted till he was 21 and this was only his second year?
You know, dude, I got to be honest with you. I don't really think about age very much when it comes to football players. That's such a basketball thing, it feels like. It just does. Like, how often do you know how old a guy is in football? You really don't. True. You think about, maybe a guy left early, he comes into the league, but do you, like, how often do you actually think? Like, Austin Jackson said this the other day where he, like, stunned reporters where he only just turned 24. Because you don't really think about it. You just think, that guy, he was a redshirt freshman. Oh, this guy was a true freshman. But you don't really think, that guy is 21 and he's coming into the league. You don't think about it as much in football, I don't think.
But when somebody's 20, you do. And that's what happened with Noah.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so I don't know. Like, I don't know what's the necessary time frame for development versus, it ain't going to work out. I've never been able to figure that out. I just know that we pick and choose who gets development and who doesn't. Like, we do this with quarterbacks. You don't realize some of your greatest quarterbacks sat.
It's kind of interesting. Like, are you apologizing to Noah because you kind of called him a
no, I'm not.
Career?
No. Here. No. Let me explain. Let me explain. No.
Yeah. There he goes.
Let me know when you're done.
No, I'm just saying, like, you call me out for any time I have a change.
No, I'm gonna tell you exactly what I had a problem with Noah. How you gonna be a first-round pick, supposedly with first-round talent, and you're inactive?
Well, now all of a sudden,
I'm always gonna have a problem with that.
Now you bringing up
you gotta contribute. You can't play special teams. You can't do nothing. A
So,
first-round pick sitting on the sideline in the street clothes. Yeah,
he's a young pup. I mean, let him learn a little bit. It's not his
put him
fault.
on special teams. You got to contribute in some way. I'm always gonna have a problem with that.
Okay.
An inactive first-rounder. You should all have a problem with that.
Even
he can't do nothing on a football field. He's supposed to be elite first-round material.
Even if he was drafted and he couldn't drink.
I don't care.
Okay. Just wanted to make sure. I just feel like, because this was your take.
No, I've been consistent with that. I've always said that. During the season.
Now, kind of feels like you were softening it up a little bit, though. Like Leroy was in the massage room putting on the oils, massaging his take.
Wow.
No, I wasn't.
Just making sure.
I still have a problem with that. The fact that you were a first-round pick on defense, you couldn't even play special teams. No. I'm always going to have a problem with that.
I just want to make sure. I didn't know if you were like, maybe I was a little too hard on Noah. And I mean you. Maybe you were a little too hard on Noah. And now, all of a sudden you're soft.
A first round pick in street clothes? for most of the first year.
So now you're calling him. Now you're saying he's football Anthony Davis.
So does his age
He
matter?
wasn't hurt though.
So does his age matter? Like, what is the point? I'm just curious.
Do we forgive
I don't care.
him?
Listen, what I'm saying is this: I don't care how old you are. You may not be ready to actually play cornerback, but you're telling me you can't contribute with a 53-man roster, run down on kicks, be a gunner, punt return, kick off, something? You got a first rounder you can't even put in a uniform? That's what I have a problem with.
I'm just making sure. Schmeathan says, is Leroy's room big enough for all the backpedaling he's doing?
I'm not backpedaling. What I've had a problem with, I still have a problem with.
Well, this is what I would say, though. Like, I don't know. Do you know how old Cam Smith is? I have no idea, Marcos. Do you have any idea how much the Dolphins' second-round pick is?
I do know that.
Because, like, that was impressing early on, right away. And a lot of people are like, maybe this guy is going to be the surprise who comes out of all of it. 22 years old. All right. Because he was impressive in his first preseason game, too.
Noah got drafted when he was 20.
Yep.
And he's 23. I would say he need to be ahead of Cam.
Would hope so.
Because he's been around NFL talent and NFL schemes for his first 3 years.
Cam Smith's impressing people, dude. I was shocked.
But what I'm saying to you is this. If the development of Cam should be different than the development of Noah, because Cam is 22.
Yeah, and he also seems like he's got a competent defensive staff. He's got fangs.
Yeah.
No, I mean, like, look, no, I'll tell you this. Look, with Noah, I don't know what happened with him and Flores, but I will say, if Flores treated Noah any way he treated Tua, doesn't seem like he's one for patience.
Right. Then why draft a 20-year-old?
I don't know.
Because you know at some point it's going to require some patience, right?
I don't know. I don't know.
The old Ted Ginn, that it's not necessarily that he's a bad player. We're just judging him based off
Definitely.
where he was drafted.
No, he's definitely getting graded on where he was drafted.
Correct.
But them's the breaks.
It's not his fault.
It's not his fault, but them's the breaks. Like when you are drafted high and you are drafted in the first round, yeah, you are looked upon differently.
You ain't got to start right away. I'm not that ruthless. Some people think first rounder need to start right away. I'm not that guy. But
when you're in the last year of your contract,
you can't be in street clothes as a rookie first rounder. Not unless you play damn quarterback.
Dade South says he was their third first-round pick that year. I think it was a flyer on young talent. House money pick.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that means he could be in street clothes?
It may be a house money pick, but they also, one of their picks was Austin Jackson, who also hasn't. We don't really know if he's paying.
we can't say they all house money picks.
So like we can't keep giving the house back their dough. We got to take some of the back. Now, to be fair, the next year, if it feels like they nailed all three with both Jalen's and Javon Holland. So
yeah.
That one they hit out of the park. One of them was, and then another one that year was Eichenberg. Again, 3 out of 4 ain't bad.
Wait,
3 out of 4 ain't bad.
Why are you all of a sudden mumbling? What?
Just it's almost like I don't ever want to say his name out loud. Eichenberg. I get scared.
He was a second rounder?
The boogeyman.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. He was a second round. I think he's out of practice today, though. I think he's banged up with something. He was on the bike yesterday, and the coach
his
said
back hurts from getting bowled over. You better go to judo classes with Tua.
One of the things that's good, apparently Waddle's doing good, though. They're saying that Waddle wants to practice. They're not letting him. So that's good.
Yeah, that's camp.
I want him.
It's camp. Camp. You know what camp is? Camp. You hear a whole bunch of this. If it was a playoff game, I'd play. All right, good. Makes me feel better. No.
Speaking of Waddle, I sent you that video yesterday of the.
Oh my god, you did send me that. That was crazy. Did you see the video? Did you send it to Leroy?
No, I don't know if Leroy checks his Instagram. I'm not really sure.
I don't know if
check Instagram.
But Madden. Can you send it to him? Maybe we can find a tweet of it to send to Leroy. Absolutely. Madden redid the Waddle celebration for Jaylen Waddle. He looks like Walking Dead.
It's so bad, dude.
He looks like he's working like a zombie. They did a terrible job.
Usually they put him in they put a guy in the little ball suit, the black suit with the balls, and they do it. Nobody know how to do the waddle?
I don't understand why
Because they don't just draw that up. There's a guy in a suit that does all these things.
Right. I don't understand it. He looks like a zombie windsock. Like, I don't understand what's going on.
It really is bad.
It's really, really bad.
I'm sending it to you right now on Instagram.
Wow. Whoa. Why is he so slow?
So bad, dude. So bad.
I don't understand it.
Is it not the most popular celebration in football? Like, they should
I think right now he has the most popular celebration. But you want to know why it's popular? Because other teams do it to rub it in the Dolphins' face.
Yeah, even if he's not.
That's how you know. Because Jaylen Waddle doesn't do anything to ruffle feathers at all.
No.
Like, he's a nice guy. He doesn't seem to do a lot of trash talk like Tyreek Hill does.
Yeah.
But people, when they beat the Dolphins, how many people were doing the Waddle last year as the celebration? So you have a hit dance.
Yep.
You have a hit dance, and people are using it against you.
A hit dance.
Dance, dude.
What do you?
I
wonder who his main squeeze.
Now, when intangibles start doing the
I know what's like.
Now, the one thing you don't want.
Why do you talk like you're 80?
What do you mean, dude?
You're doing a lot of lollygagging today.
I don't understand. Let's
not forget to transistor radio talk when we talk about the 8 men out.
What would you refer to Jaylen Waddle as the celebration as? You wouldn't refer to it as a hit dance?
I mean, it's a celebration dance. It's his. He's the only one that could do it.
Yeah, but it's a hit. Like, it's right up there with the Dirty Bird and the Icky Shuffle.
Don't mention those words.
Why?
Whoa. Atlanta.
Oh yeah.
Not a fan.
Sorry. My bad.
The Waddle, huh? The best, dude. It's the best. So shame on you, Madden.
What if we just,
I mean, he went was it in slow mo? Did you speed it up?
No, dude. That's just how he did it. I don't understand. He didn't even put his arms to the side the right way. Like, he's got his arms kind of hanging like a tree. Give me a tree. Like, that looked like what his celebration was. It's dumb.
Really is bad.
Get Waddle to the studio immediately and fix that with the suit and the balls.
The game hasn't been released yet.
Yeah, for sure. They still have time. I've seen crazy dances on Fortnite. You mean to tell me they can't just get the same guy to do the dances on Madden?
I don't know. It's a strange thing. It's a strange thing, but I know.
Hey,
everybody
loves
looks.
Guys, hold on.
What do you mean you're
I'm
in
in
queue?
Hold on.
Taylor Swift tickets?
You're getting T-Swift tickets?
My boy.
Yeah.
All right.
I think we probably should bring it up. Otherwise, JFig will get mad because if Leroy gets T-Swift tickets.
Oh, here we go. Here we go.
You in queue for public sub?
I got. Oh, all right. No, David Chappelle. You want to go?
Where is it?
Probably the Hard Rock.
All right. Want to go? I'm in queue right now. I can buy it.
I'm good. You take the fam.
Yeah, I feel like that's gonna be.
And I mean, I think Marco sees enough comedy.
I've actually had enough. Day after Christmas. Huh?
Nobody. Oh, day after Christmas, no shot.
Yeah, for sure.
No shot. I don't even know where I'll be.
Huh. Well, wait. When do the Dolphins play? Is it Christmas Eve?
Christmas Eve, yeah.
Miami Heat Christmas Day. Dave Chappelle the day after Christmas. You got.
And we got both are in action the day after Thanksgiving. Did you see the in-tournament schedule was released yesterday?
Oh my god.
The NBA is trying to make this a thing.
I really hate this thing.
Do you?
It's
we'll
so
talk about it
confusing.
coming on up. But you got the whole schedule is getting dropped tomorrow, but they've released the in-season tournament schedule. We'll get to that coming up next.
1, 2, 3,
Welcome back, everybody. Tobin and Leroy here with you on 560 WQAM. Taking you up until 2 here on the show. We'll get to some headlines here in just a second. But want to let you guys know we have a pair of tickets this hour to give away to the Smashing Pumpkins. They are bringing their The World is a Vampire tour to the I Think Financial Amphitheater in West Palm this Saturday. And we've got your chance to win some tickets. Just keep listening to us. We'll give it away this hour. We also got Rats Off a Ship coming up later on this hour as well. This is a Live Nation show. Miami Dolphins. They are right now taking part in joint practice in Houston. Let's get to some headlines brought to you by the new Palmetto Ford Truck Supercenter. Why buy your truck at a car store? Palmetto Ford.
We know trucks.
According to Hal Habib of the Palm Beach Post, he says observations from Dolphins Texans joint practice thus far on the defensive end. Jalen Phillips is having someday 3 sacks. Andrew Von Ginkel had an INT on a tipped ball. Great hair, that Von Ginkel.
Yeah, he does.
Great hair. I feel like he always kind of just goes under the radar.
Yeah.
I thought he was going to leave. I thought he was going to end
same.
up in New England this year, but he then reverse. You know why? He's a Finns lifer. He's a Finns lifer, dude.
I like that.
And so he is. He just goes there with those luscious locks, and everyone's. I don't need much from Von Ginkel. All I need is a vicious hit and a. He's got great NFTF. Like we could say that with Von Ginkel. I don't expect too much, but every once in a while, that Andrew Von Ginkel, he's got some nose for the football, and he'll show up.
Yeah. Well, we had to go let Gaylord Fokker in.
Oh, the nurse is in?
Yeah.
All right. How is Big Spoon doing?
I mean, it's been 2 weeks. She's not been to work. She came it was. Ugh. But no, she has a nurse come over. They still changing the bandage every day.
Crazy.
So and somebody got to be here or she'll try to escape. It's terrible. It's like dealing with a child.
Dolphins apparently just wrapped up practice, by the way. Jeff Wilson is speaking to the media as we speak.
Wow, they got done at 11?
It's Central Time, I guess.
And they only practice once a day, right? Or do they practice twice?
No, once. They're soft.
So what are they gonna do for the rest of the day?
I don't know.
All right.
I don't know, dude. Jeff Wilson, according to Joe Shad's Twitter, Jeff Wilson says Dalvin Cook is a good player, but the group they have, they feel good about, and that they are on a mission.
All right. I like that.
Jeff Wilson runs angry. I like that. Would you say that Jeff Wilson runs angry, Leroy?
He did once. Once Jeff Wilson got there, they all ran with a different intent.
Right.
That's kind of what you need. You need somebody to set the tone of how your group is going to play. So at every position, you need somebody to set the tone of how that position is going to be played, the physicality, the aggression, or whatever.
Yep. So we'll give you some more stuff when it trickles out of practice, but the Miami Dolphins.
Well, listen, we're going to hold out the 1 o'clock hour for the Mike McDaniel comments.
What do you mean?
I mean, goodness, if we talking about snowflakes,
well,
what is he going to talk about?
He doesn't talk after practice. He always talks before practice.
Oh.
I don't know why that is. I find that annoying. I don't know why coaches don't talk.
Because you can ask about stuff from yesterday and not today.
I know it's annoying. Just like I don't like.
I think it's a boss move.
It's an annoying loophole. I don't like it. I don't care for it. What are we gonna talk about at 9:30? Hey, coach, what do you think's gonna happen today?
Just predictions.
So today was the first day.
Yep.
He hated practice yesterday.
He didn't talk yesterday. They had a surprise practice on Sunday. Yesterday they were off. Monday apparently it was a lot better.
Surprise practice. You know what that means?
They weren't happy.
Yeah.
They weren't happy.
When a coach. Now I'll give you a perfect example. The first week of camp, we get a binder. You get 2 binders. You get one with the playbook, and we get another binder of what the schedule is going to be all year, start to finish. Then he stuck to that schedule because he wanted everybody to know where they had to be, when they had to be, and what time. Some coaches play it by ear. So for bye week, for all that, you can make plans. I can make plans in Minnesota when the season started, right? Granted, if you get hurt, you can't go nowhere. Whereas Belichick, if you screwed up in one series in the first preseason game, we would have practice the next day. And so you just played it by ear. So you were always for a bye week, and one year we had 2 bye weeks. Here's what he would do. We play on Sunday. You get Monday and Tuesday off. Practice on Wednesday and Thursday. Right? Get Friday and Saturday off. And then come back Sunday or Monday. So he wouldn't give you enough days to go do nothing. And you didn't know what the schedule was going to be like until the week before. So I like the fact that what he's saying to me is one, he's not happy with the way things are going. There's some things that he thought the team would be better at this moment, whether it's techniques, whether it's formations, whether it's the penalties, all these things, right? And he's trying to make it a point of emphasis now, while he has everybody's attention, before you get them 18 days where nobody's playing football.
Yeah, for sure. Like, I think it's look, and I think you made a good point with it too. Like, you knew that first game that they sat 30 guys.
What did you think you were going to get?
Yeah,
you know?
Fair. But it's like, also, like, do you want your real main players being that cold for 4 days? Like, put on some shorts.
But the one thing, and I like I said, I've softened on this a little bit. I think getting the work against the other teams. So if he's playing most of his ones against Houston this week, whether they play in a game or not, right? That's a little different. You've been working against that team all week. But I would say, as far as how you're going to do things or whatever, you do need to go through that process getting ready for a football game at least once. Also, I think, I was having a conversation with Metcalf yesterday, right? And basically what he said was this. There had to be a point in the preseason that we all have, especially at running backs, where you need to know how good a game shape are you? Can you carry the ball a number of times? Can you take a hit? Can you, avoid tackles and things like that? And when you practice against other teams and there's no tackling, you never actually get to know that. Can you hold on to the ball when you get hit really hard? Unless you get really hard, you don't know. And that's what the games are for, to get you ready for that. So I don't know, if you don't go through that, or guys just going to automatically pick it up, because we've seen that usually teams that are younger or new coaches or whatever that don't go through the whole process start the season off sluggish.
Here is Mike McDaniel. He was asked about how he plans to handle the last 2 preseason games, if next week is going to be the dress rehearsal or dry run. Here's what he had to say on that.
I kind of see with a 3-game preseason and a 2-week break, it's kind of a mix and match of that. These both weeks are incredible for the development of our team. I see both of them as kind of dry runs to a degree of how players respond to the techniques we're asking them to do when minute things change. So as far as a label, next week or this week being the turn-up week, I see them both with the shortened preseason. I think it's that much more important to get ready for the regular season as opposed to having the regular season get you ready.
What?
Exactly, dude. Exactly.
I get it.
Dude, come on.
You get it.
Yep.
Hold on.
You get it.
Y'all all had the same look I look at.
Nope.
What?
No, yeah, I mean, if you didn't get it, I'll play it one more time if you want. Hey, Marcus,
No.
play-
No.
We gotta hear it again.
I kind of see with a 3-game preseason and a a 2-week break. It's kind of a mix and match of that. These both weeks are incredible for the development of our team. I see both of them as kind of dry runs to a degree of how players respond to the techniques we're asking them to do when minute things change. So as far as a label, next week or this week being the turn-up week, I see them both with the shortened preseason. I think it's that much more important to get ready for the regular season as opposed to having the regular season get you ready.
Exactly, dude. Exactly. You know what? Some people like to marinate steaks. Some people like a dry rub, you know?
Yep.
Every player is, it's like a snowflake, I would say.
Dude,
that's been in rare form early on in the year.
Dude, I've never listened to a guy that I paid more attention to that I can't figure out what the hell he's talking about more than Mike McDaniel.
So just so we're clear, does that mean that both games are dry runs or a little dry run this week?
He said he's treating them both.
All right. I'm for it. Listen, if I get to watch a little bit more entertaining football this weekend, I'm all for it.
You got 4 weeks until the season starts.
You got time. Ooh. Like, let's get, you got 2 weeks off after the next game. Like, give me a little turn it up. Come on. I'm ready, baby. Give me something. Except Tyreek Hill. He's not allowed to play.
Why? Yeah. Nobody touches him.
That's fair. I don't
honestly. That's not my biggest problem with his injuries. He may run so fast that his muscles can't keep up. Pull something.
Oh man!
Clearly, you've never run.
Soft tissue injuries. Those are the worst. Leroy told me that.
No, Leroy did not.
I think you mentioned that once.
Back up to this.
As I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I take a look at my life and realize there's nothing left. Cause I've been blasting and laughing so low. Mama thinks that my mind is gone.
All right, welcome back, everybody. Tobin and Leroy here with you.
R.I.P. Coolio.
What hat is that, dude?
High school.
Ooh, all right. Or Big Spoon creation.
Oh, yeah. Uh-oh.
Whoa!
Gaylord fuckers here.
Take it easy, man. You're going a little dicey with the name and the pronunciation from Meet the Parents.
That's gonna mess
You're
up.
kind of sounding like Bob saying August. Getting a little close to the line.
Fucker.
Have you seen Leroy? I want to get your thoughts on this. I want to get your thoughts on this instead of mine because you know I love hoops, and so I feel like I can be suckered into anything. You are more of the I'll see you in January type of guy.
Yeah.
Have you seen the new revelation the NBA has rolled out there? The in-season tournament. Have you seen what they're doing?
I've seen it. It's, they basically take a month off and play this tournament.
Well, the games count. The game they count towards
they count one of the 82?
Yeah, they count towards the 82. Yeah. I don't believe the knockout round, I don't believe, dude. Those are the extras. But there's bonus money on those. But these I believe count towards
So
the
why not? Yeah, make it interesting.
What
What does the winner get? Automatic trip to the playoffs?
You get each player gets $500,000.
Wow.
Yep.
Wait. $500,000 on top of getting paid for already playing the 82 games.
Yep.
Oh.
It tickles Leroy's fancy.
What?
So the
It ain't like you're playing extra games.
the extra game, the knockout games are extra. So
okay, that's fine.
Here's how it works. You play 4 games. The Heat are in Group B. They're going to be playing Washington, Charlotte, the Knicks, and Milwaukee. And then whoever has the best record out of your group stage, a lot like soccer, which I'm so a big fan of. You then move on. 8 teams move on to the knockout round, and so it'll be the 6 group winners plus 2.
Wait. Oh, the 6 plus the 2 what?
Wild card teams.
Okay, that's what I'm like. Wait a minute. If there's 5 groups, there's 8 groups. That's 40 teams.
So yeah, you have that, and then they go to it, and then the winners of these teams. It says the knockout round consists of an NFL-style single elimination, quarterfinals, semifinals, championship. The 8 teams compete in a new in-season tournament for a trophy, the NBA Cup. Additionally, each of the knockout rounds.
Is that like the MLS Cup?
I guess so. The League Cup will earn a cash prize, which scales based on how far they advance. $50,000 for each player that loses in the quarterfinals. $200,000 for the team that loses in the finals, and $500,000 for the champion. For each player, not just to split.
Nice.
So there you go. I'm kind of into it. For November games.
Yeah.
Let's do it. Do you think Jimmy Butler's going to want to touch that trophy though? Because I feel like he's, he shuns the Eastern Conference trophy.
I don't think he's going to touch.
He also doesn't really rev it up in November. It's not usually Jimmy Butler's style.
Yeah, but it's like it's part of the regular season, so it's not like they're asking you to play a whole bunch more games. You know what I mean?
Well, that's what I'm saying though. Like he's not typically a guy who will rev it up until like January. That's normally Jimmy.
If the stakes increase, guys like that tend to turn it up. If it's for something, they tend to compete a little bit more, right? It's just the nature of it. It's the nature of their competitiveness.
I think the NBA is doing a thing where, like, look, you're talking so many games, you find a little something. Right. I don't have a problem with it. I don't think it's good. And by the way, the playing tournament's been a success. You can't say that it hasn't been. It's worked for them. They've done
the one team went all the way to the finals.
Right. And the Lakers went to the conference.
Right. Exactly.
So so far the NBA is you're looking for. What you don't want is, all these teams doing maintenance program all the time and every game and the teams that don't matter. And so I don't know. I think it's a cool move. I'm interested in checking it out. I don't know how I'm going to treat the Heat winning the in-season tournament. Like, I don't know.
So let me ask you a question.
I don't know how I'm going to feel about that.
So do the 3 games count towards your record? Because everybody plays 4 games. But do the playoffs for the tournament, do those count towards your record?
No.
Because the 4 games do.
It says the semifinal. Oh, the semifinal championship will be played in Las Vegas on a neutral site. Championship game will be the only game that doesn't count for the regular season.
Okay.
It would end up being 83 games for 2 teams.
Okay, so that's what I'm saying. So so the only game that doesn't matter is
the championship.
The championship. But you got the quarterfinals and the semifinals both count.
Yes.
So there's going to be what, 4 teams, 6 teams, or 8 teams that play 83 games? Or 4 teams because of the semifinals. But no, it's got to be more than that. If everybody plays 4 games, those 4 games count towards the 82. So whoever goes to the knockout rounds, the quarterfinals, the semifinals, and the finals, there's 2 extra games there for the quarterfinals and the semifinals. So that means somebody's going to play 84 games. Unless the semifinals and the finals don't count.
I'm trying to figure it out.
It's too confusing. That's why I don't like it, dude.
But the only thing that's confusing is total games. Like, it's not hard to figure out. Like,
And how does that play into the, do they go percentage? Do they go?
If you get that many extra, if you get that many extra wins, do you think I don't know if it's going to be that big of an issue.
What is this, to add excitement, or is this to prevent
It's
tanking?
to put stakes. I think it's both. I think it's to prevent tanking, which I think the play-in has done.
They're trying to do something to get out of the lull of basketball.
Because you have a month there from like October to November. If you're not a crazy fan of NBA, but you want something to tune in for, like the NBA usually gets like opening week, Christmas, and then once football's over, like that's when people.
Look, at least you're going to end. Let's be clear.
I'm not talking about me. I'm not talking about me. I'm not talking about the hardcore Heat fans that are like tuning in for everything. But for most people who are like, nah, NBA is what I do after football's over. That's so like they get a couple of dates. And by the way, the NFL is coming for their dates too, because now they're like loading up Christmas.
Yo, what is up with that?
Which is it's very unbecoming of the NFL. You have enough NFL.
Jeez,
now you have to take Christmas.
NFL?
You got Christmas Eve.
When is Christmas, on Sunday?
No, it's a Monday this year. Yeah.
And they playing a whole bunch of games on Monday?
I think they got 3. Was it 3 Christmas games this year?
3 games.
Yeah.
3
hey, I got to tell you. Sorry, NBA.
It's not fair.
Christmas too? You know them games gonna be heated. Second to last week. Oh my goodness. People vying for position, playoff position, wild card, home field.
It's great football. So good luck.
How do you feel about only one bye week? Man.
What?
Somebody could go 14-2 and have to play the first wild card week? That sucks.
Sucks. It does suck. Crazy. All right. Well, I'm for it, man. Did you hear Bam, by the way, the other day? Bam was doing an interview with Playmaker, the YouTube channel, and he feels the Heat not getting the respect that they deserve. Here is the Heat big man.
The fact that me and my team have been to the finals twice out of the last 4 years, but every year they be like, oh, Miami is a dark horse. Miami's not good enough to do that again. The first time was a fluke. And it's a lot of disrespect. Like I said, we've been to 2 finals in the last 4 years. We've been to 3 Eastern Conference finals in the last 4 years. And I don't think anybody else in the East has done that in the last 4 years.
Goosies.
And we're doing it with 60% of our roster being undrafted and helping us win and somewhat at a point carrying us to the finals. For me, I feel like that should be a bigger story than it is. Everybody always seems to be shocked when we're at the top again.
Goosies galore.
Wow. First of all, excellent music used by Playmaker. I mean, it feels like Bam is about to go solve crimes, or there's going to be some plot twist or something like that. I
Yeah.
love everything that's going on there. But he's right.
Like the bleep getting ready to hit the fan with that music, right?
That music was intense. But no, look, I'm I'm in lockstep with them. I don't feel like they got enough. You know what this is what I'm curious about though. So tomorrow the NBA schedule gets released. We already know the Miami Heat usually get very snubbed on the national TV games. But with this Dame thing looming over them, do you think that the NBA is going to hedge and give them a lot of national TV games because everyone's going to want to see the Dame team?
Yep.
That's
especially here's the kicker. You normally only see Dame out west.
Right.
Now you get him in the East Coast. You know, he might get a little more.
Yeah, a little more run.
Yeah.
A little more runsky. So that'd be fast. I think at 3:00 tomorrow, I think is when the schedule release.
Really?
Which means that's a win, that's a loss on Friday.
Nope.
Woo! Anybody can do football.
Yeah.
Anybody can do basketball.
too.
Although now we have the in-season tournament. I got to figure out how this works.
Oh, man. I didn't even think about that.
Well, if I have them winning all the in-season tournament, then I just pick that's a win.
Yeah.
Does the in-season tournament winner automatically get a bid to the playoffs?
No, you just get cash and a trophy.
Should, right?
Automatic berth to the playoffs?
Yeah.
But what if they bowl at Inter Miami and like the worst team ends up winning the
So what?
Like if the Rockets have to go no matter what, they get to be an 8 seed. But then what do you do with the play-in tournament?
Either you put them in the play-in or you make them
I'd be fine with that. Automatic to the play-in.
I'd be okay with that.
Okay.
I mean, wouldn't teams then like begin having this weird strategy of like sitting your stars for a majority of the year? And then
dude, can I just tell you the play-in tournament is a landmine. Like if you don't have to be in it, you don't want to. Like it worked out, but that's not something you want to live with on a daily basis. So the fact that if a team or a young team should go on a little run and they make it to that play-in, I don't see there's anything wrong with that.
We'll take a quick break. We get to our favorite Wednesday game. Rats Off a Ship is next.
Rats Off a Ship. Rats off a ship. Game 6.
Welcome back to Tobin and Leroy show. Hello, JFig.
Hello, Marcos.
I like your shirt. What's going on there?
Thank you. It's one of the
Forever
concerts I possibly went
Forever
to.
Birdering.
Forever the Robot. Oh, I love that band.
It's the sickest kids, but yeah, pretty much.
That's what I was gonna say.
Oh man, I was just watching Tua on at the podium. He just got wrapped up. That guy's adorable. You know,
he is super adorbs. One may say.
Yeah, agreed.
Especially with that sleeve now.
It's a good look for him, man. It really is.
We
It
love
is.
sleeves.
It is a good look. So we'll hear from your Dolphins quarterback coming up next hour. See what he thought of the first joint practice between them and the Texans. Tua getting picked off and things.
I did.
But it's all right.
Okay, so that
you know why? Because it's practice, dude.
That brings a little legitimacy.
Don't have to live and die with every I felt like last year was such a thing where we had to live and die with everything Tua did at all points. It is nice that this year it feels like we're a little bit more normal when it comes to him.
Yeah.
And reacting to all this stuff. So, beautiful thing.
Beautiful last year, it's like, oh, the ball is wobbly.
Stop playing with my mute.
I know who's doing that.
I'm sorry, what'd you say?
Whoa!
Stop playing with my mute.
I'm sorry.
Crazy with the
Look,
controls.
This guy's fidgets. Matches with buttons all the time.
He does fidget.
JFig, what do we have today for Rats Off a Ship?
All right, we're going to start off number 1 with
Yes.
bullfighting.
Whoa! What a twist.
Alejandro Conquero was gored in the butt in Spain. And there's a video for this.
I'm sorry.
All right.
In the butt?
Yeah, he was.
In
He
the
was.
butt.
gored.
You got the video?
Yeah, I got the video.
Video.
I'm gonna keep it muted though, because I don't know what this sounds like. Could be gruesome.
That's fair. Oh,
All
I
right,
like that
Take
outfit
it on a
there.
bull. He looks very
All right, it's
bullfightery.
I thought it was red that he didn't like. I guess it's pink too.
Same shades, right, dude?
Ooh, hey, finger on the
All
dumb
right,
button,
so you
dude.
got this bull. He seems like he's doing his
All
bullfighter
right.
thing.
Wait.
Let
me ask you a
Why are
question.
you laughing at this poor man's butt?
Can I ask you a question?
So much.
Wow.
Let me ask you a question. If this bull came and poked you in the buttocks with his big old horn, you want a whole bunch of your friends waving around the same thing that got you
Well, I do if he does.
gored in the butt?
Here's the thing, though, dude. If they don't get in there, like his butt's also gonna get trampled on by this bull. So
See, didn't you see
Look,
that coming?
He
though?
got backed up in the corner.
Yeah,
Rock, get off the ropes. Get off. Oh!
see, he got cocky with the cape.
Whoa!
He got cocky with the cape.
Wait, look at this guy. This guy ain't. He said, "I'm holding this up, but I ain't getting close." Like, you all right? Look, go back, run it back. Watch dude run into the. He run into the arena.
I wish
But
like
he
Ron
ain't really
Rothstein.
getting close to the bull.
I wish Ron Rothstein could be here analyzing bullfighting with us.
Stop the tape.
Stop the tape.
Look, you
Look at
see it coming though. It's
Look,
like
he's too close. He's
that's
trying to put on the show.
Very graceful
getting
with
a
it.
little closer now. I don't know. Running out of room here. Running out of real estate.
Right?
Not looking good.
He's put a baby in a corner.
Whoa!
The bull threw the slider on him. He didn't see it
Yeah,
coming.
look at that.
Oh!
Now watch this guy. Watch this guy. The guy in the black. Look, he ain't do nothing. And this guy, you in the fancy outfit. You ain't even jumped the wall.
What is he gonna do?
According to TMZ, Alejandro Conquero, son of the famous matador, the Hurricane of Hueva. Anyway, he challenged the white bull with the pink cape. The footage of the competition, the 28-year-old matador clearly held his own until one of the bull's horns caught him.
Yeah.
He got sent flying in the air. That's when things turned gruesome as the bull rammed his horns right into Conquero's rear end and threw him up several feet.
Yeah. Okay. Do they have any updates on what the severity? Because he walked off. to his credit.
Doctors told media that he suffered goring in the posterior perianal region.
Wow.
There's a lot of
You know what?
terms
that's-
there.
That sounds like it's like a couple of inches from go time.
He says he feels fine though.
Says he feels fine.
He
I
says
think
that
you
he
have to
feels
say that
fine.
as a bullfighter. You know, like this is, you know, you wore.
And he's smiling in the picture too.
Well, you know, what are you supposed to do?
Sheesh.
That being said,
That's
rats
'cause
off a
he's
ship
all
on
hopped up
bullfighting.
on Mountain Dew, Chip.
Rats off a ship.
I'm rats off a ship on bullfighting. I never get in there with a bull.
That is fair.
You know, because you want to know something. When you have a successful bullfight, no one cares. You know, you bullied that bull. You tricked him into.
I don't understand. Listen, there's a couple of things I don't understand. I get it's a tradition and people from all over love to go and watch it, but I don't see the use for bullfighting. That's not bullfighting. That's bull pissing off. That's what that event is called. Let's go piss off some bulls with a pink or a red whatever that thing is called, right? But that and the other thing is the running of the bulls. So there's people that fly all over the world to jump in front of these bulls and run.
It's terrifying.
Yes.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, I mean, I'm rats off a ship. That video alone can tell you.
Rats off a ship.
I'll say that was rough, dude. My thing.
This
is,
was after.
What is
the picture?
I don't know, but it's a very interesting.
This looks like a just.
Which
like
picture?
She texted
the picture that she just sent us.
I'm confused by this though, because like, how do I feel about a sport? Like, let's say the best case scenario, no one gets hurt. What a boring day. Why the hell did I even watch it?
It's kind of like NASCAR.
Yeah, I'm waiting for an accident. You know,
Hold
it's
on.
strange.
You should love NASCAR, redneck.
I don't though.
Yeah,
I don't.
right.
You know, I don't. I'm not because
I
they're
know.
just going. And by the way, I'm not a big fan of this F1 either because it seems like all it does is cause construction for everybody.
Oh, right.
Oh, you see Vegas?
Yeah, very annoying. A goring in the posterior perianal region, which dissects the rectum through the coccyx and could affect.
Dude.
What?
So he almost got
coccyx.
The coccyx? I don't know.
No, that means he
could
was real
affect-
close. He was real close to actual go time. If you
could
know what I
affect
mean.
the external sphincter of the anus. This is medical, by the way. I just want to say.
Yeah,
this is medical.
if anyone's
Doctors.
listening-
That's what I'm
medical.
saying.
He's literally reading the article.
But
so.
the Matador says he feels fine. Quote, I'm excited and I give thousands of thanks to those who have thought of me and have been interested.
Wow. Grace. Jeez. What we've
I hope he turns out okay.
Wow. All right. Well,
word on the street is him and the bull are dating now. So that's nice.
Is it his main squeeze now?
well, that bull give him a squeeze, all right.
That's terrible.
Point for
Oh
All
my goodness, that's just frightening. First
I
of
don't
all,
know.
why and what do you do when they're done after you piss the bull off?
You
I mean,
put the
do
bull
people
back
eat
in
bull?
the-
People
What's
don't
that?
even eat bull, right?
Nah. I don't know what this means, but I feel like too gamey. I don't know what that means.
Smitty, who says, I was listening on the Odyssey app, but had to switch over just to see the bullfighting video.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it's
It's harsh. It's really harsh.
I don't know. I don't know, but it's like somebody yelled to it, play like you're dead. Play what? He just gets ragdolled, and he's like, he's not even trying to get away. He just goes limp.
What can you do? You know?
What?
You always why can't they make this like wrestling? Like, why can't they put some foam on the horns for the bull? They're like, do we need to have
Look at
like,
this.
actual
Oh my god.
That was right in the go zone right there.
Scoop, dude.
Oh man.
The
Look.
scoop.
Like, how you feeling? I just got gored in my ass. What do you think?
That is
Anus.
anus.
Well, either way.
No, that's worse.
Yeah, actually it is.
Let's
'Cause
not
you can
quibble over which
Your
to
blood is
search
all
for.
over the place.
It's also
Schmeaton
kind of,
somewhere earlier said that bull has nothing on Kyle Lowry.
I tell you one thing though. This is basically a recreation every practice of Christian Wilkins versus Eichenberg.
Oh no.
What?
You got him like a chew toy.
Oh my god.
That is Eichenberg's blocking style. Ole.
Yeah. Hope.
And you know they play the music, right? Don't they play the music outside of it?
Ooh.
Oh no, he was about to sing the Hard Knock song.
I mean, can you imagine the talking to that Matador is going to get from Rob Sala after this?
Oh, he's not gonna like anything.
Listen, I put on the silent film, and looks like your ass really hurts.
I just,
You see, right here is where the bull takes. Well, now we go. This is not good.
No. There's no more.
Uh-oh.
That is the perfect timing. Why was that actually perfect? -1 for accuracy.
-1. Wow.
Oh my god.
I'm sorry for the radio audience, but it was so
You guys have to go back and watch that if you're listening on the radio. That was awful.
It ended right when he splat onto the ground.
You know what? I can't do any more rats off a ship.
No, clearly.
Rats off a ship.
We're all rats off a ship on bullfighting.
Yes.
Yeah, for sure.
And we're sorry to the son, Alejandro Conquero.
Alejandro, yes.
Thank you, though, buddy. Thank you.
Oh my god.
Marcos, take a bow.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Thank you.
I'll be here. Final hour of the show coming up. All right, welcome back, everybody. It's Tobin and Leroy. We'll hear from Tua Tagovailoa coming up here in just a second. Dolphins quarterback talked to the media last hour, and so we'll hear a little bit of what he had to say following the Dolphins' first joint practice. Big news, I would say, going into that. Christian Wilkins revealed that, or Mike McDaniel revealed they're in negotiations for a new deal, but now are in a spot where he is holding himself out of team drills, but is holding in at practice.
The old hold in.
The hold in. No fine. Little mini hold in.
Yeah.
And we'll see if that gets resolved. He feels like he is he's done everything that he needs to do for
I had to change shirts.
What?
Oh.
It was sweating. I was sweating from laughing.
Dude, that was so funny. You guys missed it. We'll put it up on but if you guys want to go watch Rats Off a Ship on YouTube today. And,
We'll put it on social media afterwards.
Yeah, one topic alone. It was bullfighting. And
Couldn't get through it.
it was whew, I mean it was
like
get to some
the music. The game ops was perfect.
Game ops was great.
game ops was
If
perfect.
you need a game ops guy, you call Marcos. That's where you go. Let's get to some headlines brought to you by the new Palmetto Ford Truck Super Center. Why buy your truck at a car store? Palmetto Ford.
We know trucks.
Marlins fell to the Astros last night 6-5. AJ Puck up to his old tricks, and that's giving up meatballs at 98 miles an hour. Right to the upper deck.
I mean, that ball was hit so far.
I don't know what was faster, that ball getting into the upper deck or Jazz Chisholm running into Brian De La Cruz, but either way, it all led to a Marlins loss yesterday.
Yeah.
So not great, but take 2 out of 3 out against the Astros. That's nothing to sneeze at, so they'll try and do that today. Jesus Luzardo on the hill, 6:40 is your first pitch. While that was going on, the Pinks, which actually caught me by surprise yesterday. I was like, oh, yeah, the game's on now. Because I've been used to the 8:30.
A little early. Right?
Early, yeah, dude. Yeah. So I was like, oh.
And when you score early, it's like, oh, the Pinks game's on. We're already up 1-0. I'm like, damn.
Yeah. So Jose Martinez
scored 3 in the first half.
Yeah, Jose Martinez got one in 3 minutes into the match, but they ended up winning 4-1 over Philadelphia. They move on to the League Cup final. They'll take on Nashville Saturday.
How about they were talking on air about Danny predicting the score being 4-1, and they go, that's a bit of a reach. Final score 4-1.
Boom. Yeah. How about that, dude? You Tata. That's all on you.
They tried to. They tried
to, dude. They tried to. Anthony Richardson, by the way, he is officially named the starting quarterback for the Colts.
And he was the rookie that they determined needed the most work.
I'm excited to see him play because he's a freak. So like,
he's a monster.
But he has like so little college experience.
Right.
I'm very excited to see what this is going to turn into for them.
Who did he win it over? Minshew?
I mean, probably. All people do is win starting QB jobs over Minshew.
Okay.
Is Minshew's not in Indianapolis?
Yeah, he's a Colt.
Oh, okay.
He's indeed a Colt. Yeah, I think we were talking about him last show, and I ended up looking that up, and I was like, huh, Indy.
So Gardner Minshew's already been on 4 teams or 5 teams in his career because he Leroy nailed this that he's going to be the next Ryan Fitzpatrick, which is, by the way, speaks great for Gardner Minshew's broadcasting career. He'll probably be the most famous broadcaster in the world just because he has a wacky mullet.
He literally looks like he should be on the Anchorman 3.
So this is his 3rd team in 4 seasons. So he's on his way.
One thing that's interesting, I know Richardson is a mobile quarterback, but he's so big. Like, I don't anticipate him.
He's like Dante.
Yeah. Or Josh Allen, too. I think Josh Allen is pretty big, right?
Yeah. Josh Allen's a moose.
Well, they won't pay him, but he's got a good running back, too. So, you know. Jonathan Taylor is, when he's not in those weirdo meetings in the van with Jim Irsay. That's the NFL's like death. They're not going to remember either one of us, Johnny.
Yeah, Jim Irsay is too busy trying to fly a whale out of. Isn't that
Jim? There's no way Jim Irsay was.
He spent more money to fly a whale out of a country than to pay his running back.
Not out of a country, out of our country, out of Miami.
Do you understand that? You know how crazy that sounds?
This dude must have been, if I could be reckless here for a second, he must have been high as a kite, watching Free Willy, and he's just like, I know what to do with Lola.
Okay. It's gonna fly.
He's gonna helicopter. Right. Where are you gonna take her? To this tropical water where it's a gazillion degrees?
Yeah. I'll tell you what, I actually have audio from that meeting. This is Jim Irsay.
I'm high as a kite, Yogi.
Wow.
He's probably telling Jonathan to smack me as hard as you can in the face. I bet I don't feel it.
Okay. He's got a leather face too.
Oh, dude, it looks like it's been toughened up. So anyway, Logan, we have Tua. We have the Tua stuff's all good to go, Marcos.
Yes.
All right, so let's get a little bit from Tua Tagovailoa. Was asked Leroy how much he plans to play this week in the preseason game. Here's what Uno had to say.
Whatever Mike has in plan, whatever he has in store, I'm ready. Whether I play this week, whether I play next week, whatever he decides, whether I don't play, I don't know. I mean, I wanted to work last week too, so it's really up to Mike. You know, matter any which way you spin it for him. I got you, but no, you know, it's like makes sense. I understand what you're saying to me, but no. I'm like, all right, thanks.
It's good to know that Mike McDaniel's so definitive, and yet when he's on the podium, it's just like he'll take you in all kinds of directions.
Well, he don't have to. He need to be definitive with his team as the leader, but not with y'all, not with us.
I noticed something about that clip. I'm not sure if every quarterback does this. I'm trying to go through my memory real quick. He doesn't even call him coach. Like
Mike?
They're so close. He's just like, yeah, Mike said.
No, we call Bill.
I'm just trying to think. Have I heard a Patriots player like
What
Bill?
you're not used to is Bill Belichick being chummy with his quarterbacks because he had two. Is Mac Jones and him don't seem.
I tell you who he was chummy with. Vinny.
Is that the only one though? Because like you said, him and Bernie.
It happens a lot. Where and think of where Dame is versus the Portland, right? You're just in two different places. You got two different agendas. And that's kind of where it was with Bill and Bernie. Bernie could go onto a field, figure out what was going on, and design plays to win that moment.
Mm-hmm.
Bill wanted everybody on the same page because that's how you build a team and organization. So you got two guys. One guy is doing everything he can to win, and one guy is trying to make winning long term.
Mike McDaniel's saying that there's any gear up though. Like Tua will definitely play a little bit this week. I mean, I'd say at least a couple series. You would think.
I would say the way they've been, but here's the thing: is it important that you play a lot when you practice all week against that team?
Doesn't maybe not, but like, don't you want like a little bit of like if you're Tua, don't you want like
you want to get your game ops right?
Yeah.
You want to get your game ops right.
Yeah.
You want to get your game ops right. You want to get your situational football right. I'm telling you right now that even the coaches have to do a better job of getting plays in. Mike McDaniel was very slow with it last year and caused a lot of problems.
Interesting that you say that, Leroy. It's almost like you knew what I was going to play next because Tua was just asked about this by, I believe it was Kim Bocamper, Dolphins sideline reporter. Giant forearms, great wings.
Whoa.
Great wings.
Yeah.
Here is Tua with Bo on the play calls, Marcos.
Well, last year, it seemed at times that it was tough getting your play calling in.
Yeah.
Because he's got long play calls. And I
Correct.
asked him about it last week, and he said, they're still the same play calls. I haven't shortened them. He's just counting on you being better versed with them to be able to get it out and into your
Correct.
huddle. Would you like to see it trimmed down a little bit?
Well, I would say it's a blessing and a curse because you do want all these indicators because it sort of tells us what the defense is in and whatnot. So, but then to that point, it's, you know, the clock's going down and it's long. And I would say the thing is we like for us in the quarterback room, there's sometimes where you just have to memorize the play. Where when it's coming in, you're like, okay, you're saying it while he's like not even finishing it.
Is it from this year to last
Pause
year?
for a second, Marcos. You kind of gave like a little recoil, Leroy. Like what piqued your?
He put it all on Tua.
Well,
he put it all on Tua.
The coach.
You gotta be kidding me.
Are you saying a Bo or with McDaniel?
No, McDaniel. Dude, you don't know how many times I've heard a quarterback yell, "We need to play. We got to make checks at the line of scrimmage." And they're looking at the play sheet. So when Tua started talking, or when Bo asked the question, he made it sound like it was all on Tua.
That is what he made it sound like.
Right. And I'm like, no. When that long-ass play comes in with 15 seconds left, you want him to call the play in the huddle, get everybody located, go in motion, make checks, all in 15 seconds? No.
I'm kind of curious to see what he said because Bo does that weekly show with McDaniel where they do the play thing. So I'm curious to see where that's at. But here's
put it all on Tua.
Here's more from Bo and Tua.
You gotten to that point where you hear it and you know, and you don't have to.
Well, I would say yes and no. It's a little tough. I can give you guys a play, and then if you guys want to repeat it after me, as if you guys were in the huddle, you guys can. All right. Should I go once or twice saying it? Once? All right. We got North Right Clamp, South Fox, H Top, Pass 38, Top Gumby, XP Sweat. Let's go. Anyone?
Exactly. That's what everybody's doing in the huddle.
Yeah, sounds like a pre-snap penalty to me. Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. Just to run this and this, you know?
Huh. Your play didn't sound nearly as complicated as that one.
I know. Bootleg Scoop Boogie on 3.
It's good. Okay.
But no, to put so wait. We all making it sound like soon as the ball is put on the line, that Mike McDaniel's sending that play in. Hell no, he's sitting there looking at the play sheet. Then he sends that ridiculously long play in, and they put it on Tua?
Is that a long play?
Yes, but listen, here's everybody. The plays are all the same, but the terminology is different. So how you call things. First of all, I've never heard of north-south, right?
The king of the north.
Because keep in mind, it's usually left-right, which is east-west. Every play is called on the left side or the right side. I don't know any play called north-south.
Well, maybe Hard Rock Stadium faces north-south, and that's the left-right.
No, stop it.
Deception.
So what happens if you play in another stadium, jackass?
I don't know. Maybe they go east-west.
But I'm just saying, right? So, the terminology is consistent with that offense, and everybody is familiar with the terminology, but you still got to get all that stuff. And keep in mind, they're talking to him in a mic in his ear. So imagine all that rumbling, bumbling, stumbling that Mike McDaniel is doing while he's trying to figure out a play. And poor Tua is on the field trying to get a call in to the guys in the huddle. And then Bo Cameron asking him, are you having a better time with the play calling?
Can I hear the play again?
Yeah, I want to hear what can you give the play again?
Once? All right. We got North Right Clamp, South Fox, H Top, Pass 38, Top Gumby, XP Sweat. Let's go.
North South
Top Gun has to be
Top Gun
has to be giving it to Tyreek Hill. You know,
No.
Gun. Yeah.
No.
He's your Top Gun.
No. Top Gun is probably the formation. Clamp means tight end is in. Clamp. Or it could be protection.
Oh, yeah.
Fox. Cheetahs run after foxes.
No, I mean, they should call it crisp. Because then they know they're going against Eli Apple.
Indoor Dragon says Hard Rock end zones, east-west. Tobin is right.
Wait,
there
what?
you go.
I thought it was north-south. Didn't you say it was?
Oh, no, I said that the north, but the east, see, Leroy saying it's east-west, but what if north-south is left-right? So if you're going east-west, but if it's flipped, north-south can be left-right.
Damn, that was deep.
Exactly.
That's more closely to it. South is short indicator, north is long.
Well, I think with Mike McDaniel, we know it's always long.
Oh, it's always gonna be
always long, dude.
Which is weird. End zones are usually in most cases, they want the sun to go over the stadium, not over end zone. But some stadiums.
So you take exception to Mike McDaniel saying Tua has to be faster.
No, it wasn't that Mike McDaniel had said it. It's almost like Bo Camper said it.
Well, Bo is relaying the message.
He wasn't okay. All right, that's crappy. Because you heard that play. Now let me ask you, how many seconds do you need for that play to get to the line of scrimmage, to the players? You need about 15 to 20 seconds.
Give me the play one more time, Marcos. Hold on 1 second. Let me get this timer out. All right. All right, and then the clock. All right, stopwatch.
Now keep in mind, this is just go.
This is just Tua saying the words.
No, he ain't saying it. This is him hearing it first. Then he's got to say it.
Go.
Wait, so okay.
Just play it.
It's a long cut, though. I gotta fast forward to it 1 second.
All right.
Correct.
Is that? Would you like to see it trimmed down a little bit?
Well, I would say it's a blessing and a curse because you do want all these indicators because it sort of tells us what the defense is in and whatnot. So, but then to that point, it's the clock's going down and it's long, and I would say the thing is we like for us in the quarterback room, there's sometimes where you just have to memorize the play where when it's coming in, you're like, okay, you're saying it while he's like not even finishing it.
Is it from this year to last year, have you gotten to that point where you hear it and you know and you don't have to?
Well, I would say yes and no. It's a little tough. I can give you guys a play, and then if you guys want to repeat it after me, as if you guys were in the huddle, you guys can. All right. Should I go once or twice saying it? Once? All right. We got North Right Clamp, South Fox, H-Top, Pass 38, Top Gumby, XP Sweat. Let's go. Anyone?
So that was like, I would say that's like 4.5 seconds. 4.5 seconds.
Right.
All right. We got North Right Clamp, South Fox, H-Top, Pass 38, Top Gumby, XP Sweat. Let's go.
I've heard it 5 times. I have no idea.
Foxtrot, dude.
Something about Foxtrot.
Foxtrot, Top Gun.
There's
North,
a sweat
South,
in there,
King of the
though.
North.
But the thing you have to understand is all those calls have something to do with each group. You understand? So one of the names might be the protection, one of them might be the formation, one of them could be the motion, and then the route or the run. So while it's a long play, it's actually each part of the play is talking to a certain group. So the formation is talking to the O-line, but it's also talking to the wide receivers because you got to know where the protection is to know who you're hot off of. Normally, the quarterback could tell you. Mike is 55. So that means the offensive line is usually responsible for Mike. If you got a back coming to your side, it takes 2. If you're away from the back, it takes 1.
I don't think Mike McDaniel's that old.
What?
55. I don't think he's that old.
No. He's barely 40.
Yeah, you said Mike is 55.
Maybe he meant the Mike linebacker.
Shut up, Marcos! You fell for it! Gosh!
All right. We got North Right Clamp, South Fox, H-Top, Pass 38, Top Gumby, XP Sweat. Let's go.
To reality, to the here and now, yeah. Show me how we decide what you want from me. Tell me maybe I could be there for you.
All right, welcome back. Tobin and Leroy here with you on 560 WQAM. Take you guys up until 2. You missed any of the show, you get the Tobin and Leroy podcast on for you on all podcast platforms.
JFig, I don't understand what the big deal is. Getting tickets. I did the early bird special. I was 2000 in queue. Got my tickets.
Wow.
Just like that, huh?
Yeah.
Easy
peasy, dude.
That Ticketmaster, huh? Super reliable.
Ticketmaster.
Interesting.
It's not the same. It's not the same.
Super reliable.
Dave Chappell?
It's not the same.
Biggest comedian.
Not the same.
Smaller arena, smaller venue.
Exactly. Not the same.
Wait, so in a stadium that fits 65,000 people, you were 15th in line. You could 15,000 in line. You couldn't get tickets.
Exactly. It's not the same.
In a place that says, I'm in a place.
Also, people fly out to these shows as well. So
Aren't
you're
there two
competing
shows?
against what's that?
Aren't there 2 shows?
I think there's 3.
3 shows,
and you couldn't get one.
And you couldn't get.
And I couldn't get one.
That's
Exactly. So it's not
180,000
the
people.
same.
I don't know if you're a true Swiftie.
180,000 tickets.
I don't think she's
Yeah.
a true Swiftie. You know, if you're a true Swiftie, you
I
would have got.
literally got in line while I was working. How is that not dedication?
How is it possible? Because Leroy's right. What is it? 60,000+. Then you got to think about the ground too.
You realize it's not the same, okay? And the crowd demographics and stuff like that.
If you're
Didn't know.
talking about percentage, of available
My
tickets.
2,000 spot was a smaller percentage than what yours was.
Yeah, that's
It's
science.
not the same.
I think you wanted that.
Okay.
15,000 in line for 15,000. There are 180,000.
Some of these
tickets available.
people resell them. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
No one's going to be selling a Dave Chappelle
Whoa.
ticket
Well,
to
you don't-
that extremity.
What?
To that extremity. Yes.
Extremity?
I
What?
wonder how much-
Arm, leg? What? Extremity?
Extremity?
The hell is that?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think that's what got that guy got gored.
Yeah. He got hit by the bull's extremity.
Margos, you're not gonna be here tomorrow.
No,
What are we doing?
He's out, so we decided to celebrate.
First day of school. Got to take my kid to school.
Yeah,
Leroy.
kid's got to learn. He barely can hold up his head, but he's ready to learn.
Got to learn.
Oh, he's got to
Especially
get up.
if there's any indication of the size of that noggin by looking at his dad, he's got a whopper.
I can't even imagine what this drive is.
Oh, it's gonna be horrendous, dude. It is gonna be horrendous.
Not looking forward.
So
to
this
it.
is in wait, in Broward?
Dade starts tomorrow.
Yeah.
Dade starts tomorrow. Oh, yeah.
The Browns next week.
Yeah, Monday.
Slow
Wow,
rollout.
a Monday start. Way to go, Broward.
Yeah, they're just gonna do it
Don't
normally.
they normally start before Dade though?
They got to get everybody starts before Broward because Broward goes like a week or two after, especially Palm Beach.
Palm Beach has already been in. We're full swing. Palm Beach is already in the midst of it. Let's mix it up, Marcos.
All right. We've had a lot of fun today. So let's go ahead and ruin that. Aaron Rodgers. You familiar with him? You've heard of this guy before?
Yeah,
I'm
loves
assuming.
attention. Good quarterback.
Yeah, he is on Hard Knocks, so you're going to be hearing a lot from him. And you're going to be hearing things that are confusing and don't really make sense. And this is one of them. Aaron Rodgers explains why he picks up grass. Because what the hell else would they talk about with the stupid Jets Hard Knocks?
Players are in command of the field as totally as Aaron Rodgers. Sometimes it feels as if he knows every blade of grass.
Why you keep picking up grass? To try to get the win?
There's a lot of shit he do, bro.
You know, I think I started doing that when it was a little cold in Green Bay, just to get a little extra dexterity, rubbing the grass or dirt on your hands to be able to grip the ball a little bit better.
That's true.
It's also a good way to
the grass is damp,
which I think is an underrated part of practice sometimes.
Hey, remember, this one's gonna have a hard time turning down.
Because it affects, if you got a strong tailwind, the deep ball to the left might not turn over or might be pushed out of bounds. Deep ball to the right's going to trail a little inside. So all those little things, but it's just like a little moment of meditation on the field, just to get down there, get with the elements. Take a breath.
You didn't invent that, Aaron Rodgers. How long have a golfer's been doing that?
Hey, wait a minute. We had a guy who ate grass.
What? You didn't invent the grass thing, Aaron Rodgers. It's a little point of meditation.
Yeah.
I do it before every shot.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you didn't invent that. How long have golfers been doing that?
And let me tell you why he's a phony. Let me tell you why. Because they put the little flags above the goalpost so you can see which way the wind's blowing.
Tailwind.
Yeah. Just wants to seem like he's doing
You want to know which way the wind's blowing? Ask a kicker. It affects what they do so much more.
A little bit of a reflection and dexterity and tailwind and dark retreat.
After he said that he should have passed the whatever over to whoever he was talking to.
It sounds as if Tua said that. Tobin will be all over this with loose goose floozies.
Yeah.
Hard to say.
Yeah. Don't say hard to say.
You guys like to live in hypothetical land.
JFig, are you shook about Taylor Swift? You looking all distraught because I got my tickets in 15 minutes.
Just keep rubbing it in my face, please.
Wow. I asked who wanted to go.
No, I don't want to go see Dave Chappell.
I know. Nobody wanted to go.
Wow.
Listen, I'll take Big Spoon. No biggie.
Listen, for JFig, it's been a cruel summer. Can't get her.
It's been a very cruel summer, okay?
Can't get her tickets. That's why when you go to the website, JFig, you fill out the blank space. You should be able to.
Okay.
Listen, Tobin.
Okay, you should be able to get that. Look, don't treat me like I'm the anti-hero.
Point for
Oh God!
I will mute you.
Give us one more for the mixed bag, Marcos. What else we got?
From one annoying quarterback to a very handsome quarterback who is not annoying. Tua.
I love him.
Now, this clip I want to bring to Leroy's attention mainly because I want to know if moments like this genuinely help a team. I remember during my Pee Wee football days, we went to see.
How you continue comparing?
First of all, Marcos,
yeah,
you were never Pee Wee.
During my Pee Wee, we went to watch Remember the Titans.
It's called youth football for you.
Well, we watched Remember the Titans, and our team bonded like no other. This is Tua talking about what he saw on his day off.
Yeah, I think it's really, really good. We had an off day yesterday coming here, went to dinner with the guys on Monday, and then we also got to go watch a movie, yesterday. So it was cool. It was like a movie fest yesterday, just movie hopping and watched Oppenheimer. That was pretty good. Freaking long. That's a long movie. Oh my gosh. Sound of Freedom's good. Sound of Freedom's definitely really good. You guys should watch that, especially you guys with kids.
Do you guys think that do you think the Dolphins rented a theater, or do you think the Dolphins were actually bought one ticket and were stealing?
I've done that before.
Pretty sure they rented it out.
Rented a movie theater.
Oh, I thought you meant bought one.
No,
ticket.
that's what I'm wondering. Do you think the Dolphins rented out a Regal and they were allowed to go whatever movies they wanted, or do you think
not a whole thing? You run out, and the movies are controlled from the they're not controlled by the
little
theater.
projector room.
They're not controlled by that. No, they're not controlled by that.
Okay, so
they are played from a distance over the internet. The theater doesn't control when the movies played.
The what?
Yeah, I noticed that too. I was
Seriously.
wondering, is that how
You
he
sound like Tobin right now.
No, Tobin makes you say that now.
No, but I was wondering, do you think that means that the Dolphins, like, I'm picturing like Tua, Mike White, and Skylar Thompson bought tickets to Oppenheimer. They're like, you know what else we should go see? Like, they just left and then went to another movie.
Can I
Like,
just tell you?
Are the Dolphins
I'm gonna tell you.
out here taking advantage of Regal $6 at a time?
You know who used to kill me with this? Who's the director who always has like 3-hour movies? It's Quentin Tarantino.
Yeah.
His movies are always like, for reason. That's why it was hard for me to go to watch his movies, even though I liked them.
It's a long movie.
It's a long 3 hours for
Harry
a movie.
Potter also?
No
pretty
pee
long?
breaks.
Said Harry Potter?
Yeah, wasn't that long too?
Harry Potter? Probably.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, but Avatar.
Oh,
Avatar's another one.
It's
Very
so long.
Yeah.
All right, that's our mixed bag. We will take a quick break. Wrap things up on the other side.
Time to get into Hawk and Crowder's wheelhouse.
Come on. Come on.
Welcome back, everybody. It's Tobin and Leroy. Take you up until 2. Hockman and Crowder coming up after us. Hockman in the building today.
Yeah, in the building, Hawk.
In the building.
My favorite part about that is that means that he kicks Jimmy out of that studio where you're sitting. Usually Jimmy sits there, but when Hawk's in there, he says, Jimmy, get the hell out of here.
Well, listen, Jimmy, I've been there, dude. I've been his producer before. He's very vicious.
He's very vicious.
He's a vicious man. You know, you gotta watch out for Hocus.
Hocus. Nice.
One time it was I don't remember what we were texting over, but I just responded to him, thanks, Hocus. We didn't know each other like that. Like he was at the time, I think he was he was my boss because he was the program director, and I just responded. You know, he was the big executive producer of Lebitard show, and then like he became the program director. And I don't remember what I don't know if I said sound or whatever stupid. I just said thanks, Hocus. Just auto corrected. I just like there was just an eerie silence after like the text that just got no response for like a good I don't know, felt probably 45 seconds, felt like 45 minutes, and I just want to say, just so you know, not a weird nickname I'm trying out on you. So
what did he respond?
They just laughed because he's probably like this 22-year-old kid's probably like, why is he calling me Hocus?
That's good.
Anyway, Hocus and Crowder coming on up at 2:00. James Harden, apparently. Did you see this from Ramona Shelburne? She says that James Harden gonna make it even more uncomfortable when he gets to training camp. He's just getting warmed up. He's already called Daryl Morey a liar in China, in a country that already hates Daryl Morey because he got the NBA all in trouble because he was what did he tweet? He tweeted out free Hong Kong a few years back, and James Harden. Remember, LeBron got pissed at Daryl Morey over that because he was over in China at the time. So he's already called him a liar. What else could James Harden do? I'm very curious. Like, what else is in the back? What else? I in a way, like, I'm almost curious to see what's in James Harden's back pocket. What else has he got? Like, was it I think it was Peyton Mann the other day who suggested to Joe Thomas, if he wanted to get out of Cleveland, to actually go and make a physical stink on the GM's desk. Like, is that on the table for James Harden? Like, what else could happen for him to make this more uncomfortable?
I don't know, but
practice.
We know he's good at it.
He's the best. I mean, he is. Now, you won't get a memo from the league around it because he doesn't want to come to the Heat. If he did want to come to the Heat, we get a memo right away from the NBA shunning James Harden, but that's only for people who want to come to the Heat, like Damian Lillard, who've been the pillar of class their entire career. That gets a statement from the NBA, but not James Harden. So I'm just curious, what does James like? Is he going to punch Nick Nurse right in the face and say, "Welcome to my team, mother bleeper"? Jeez. I don't know what else could get.
I think his beef is with Daryl Morey.
I think it is too, but like, how do you make it more uncomfortable? You've already called the guy publicly a liar. What else can he do?
Well, and the people close to it know the truth. So
PJ Tucker's backing him. That's his guy.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, PJ Tucker. He has James Harden's back on Instagram, and that's how you really have people's back these days. What about giving Joel Embiid an atomic wedgie? You know, like, is that
how you going to give how tall do you have to be to give Joel Embiid an atomic wedgie?
He's tall enough. 6'8". Like, what's his wingspan? What do you got to get? 7'1"?
Okay, and that's how tall Joel is.
Let's see.
Yeah.
Which means that you got to get that thing up to 8 feet.
Tippy toes.
And be able to lift him.
Get to do his what if he says, "Hey Maxie, let me get on your shoulders." I was just very curious. Like, I was just reading during the break that Al Horford's sister, who's very active on Twitter. Remember, Al Horford had a not a great stint with the Sixers,
right?
And she was reacting to the James Harden show. She goes, funny. It's almost like the entire organization is a miserable bleep show." I mean, they really are. They are impressively dysfunctional. The Sixers,
pretty much.
It's almost like, it's funny with them is like you change the names, you change the faces. It doesn't matter. Like they just can't get out of their own way. Doesn't matter who the GM is. Doc, you happy you're out of there when you see this whole James Harden mess go down?
Look, I'm gonna tell you like this: the writing was on the wall. They don't know what they want right now. And I'm gonna take some time off and go get my voice right.
I know he's gonna see. I can't wait to see Doc Rivers. Gonna be on the be the number one team with Mike Breen and Doris Burke. I can't believe they're giving JJ Redick more games though. Enough of this JJ Redick. Enough of
wow. I really think he's joined your Mount Rushmore of hated people.
No, I don't hate him. It's like I
do.
I think he does a good podcast and I think he provides, but it's like it's just enough of JJ Redick. You know what I mean? Like, I don't need more JJ Redick. I've never thought to myself walking around and be like, you know who we need more of? JJ Redick.
You said that with Tony Romo, and now look at you.
Oh my God. And then but he got fat cat. He got lazy.
Oh yeah.
He got lazy, you know?
A lot of complaints on him now.
Yeah, he just bought into it, you know, and even Nance had to come to his defense. But you know, Nance is bought and paid for now. This is a couple of years ago before Nance got the new bag. He would have hosed down Tony Romo. Would have hosed him down.
So what do you think Harden's gonna like? What can he possibly do that he hasn't already done? Like show up in a monster truck and another fat suit? Like he can't all the stops.
Yeah, like you've done the fat suit. Like Daryl Morey's gonna be like, the fat suit trick again.
Yeah.
James, I would have thought a little bit more creativity from you. Because Daryl Morey's highfalutin. That's how he sounds. So like I would have he's got to do something different, you know? Like, you know what he should do? James Harden should just practice, but like he should show up to practice in like a rascal. You know, like a you know,
like the little things that run over me at Publix.
Yes. How they have no consideration. The old have no consideration. You know this?
They just turn down the aisle and go, "Oh, excuse me." I mean, meanwhile, I'm lying on the floor concussed. I mean, like too much.
They actually say, "Excuse me."
I mean.
Not listen, because sometimes the old aren't very polite, and so like
I'm gonna tell you the worst is playing Frogger across the Publix parking lot because nobody pays attention to those stop signs in front and all those yellow and white lines that say yield for pedestrians.
Tell you what, dude, our boy Alejandro should have been playing some more Frogger, and I ain't talking about Solana. I'm talking about bullfighter Alejandro.
That poor man.
Poor guy.
That dude got lifted. They got some lift on him.
He got lifted and thrown by a horn.
Maybe that's what James Harden could do. He could just he could get a live bowl, and leave it in Daryl Morey's office.
Say it's his emotional support animal.
Good luck.
Emotional support.
An emotional support bowl.
Yeah, I don't know what else he could do. It's like James is going to make this even more uncomfortable. He is? What is he going to do? Is he going to start scoring baskets for the other team?
I think Horford sisters onto something though. When you have two of the biggest displays of make a stink in one franchise, it has to be the franchise. Didn't they learn with Ben Simmons? Also, did they win this trade or lose this trade? Ben Simmons for James
That's
Harden?
a good question. I think at the time they won the trade.
Yeah. They still won the trade because wait, Ben Simmons is not playing basketball.
That's fair. He doesn't play basketball.
But all season Ben Simmons looks good.
I don't like that Ben
Simmons.
Maybe
you got to get Ben Simmons in the pro league.
Maybe Ben Simmons took some notes from Tyler here and goes, maybe I should play basketball. You know?
I guess.
He's training down here. Hey, Ben.
I don't think he's over there.
You going to play this shit, dude?
No.
Let us know.
Does he have an Australian accent?
No.
Okay.
No, he doesn't. Funny. Even though he's wore a bedazzled kangaroo to a game before.
Wow.
We don't, blimey. All right, everybody. That's our show for today. We'll talk to you rascals
tomorrow. Loose goose floozy.
All right, we got North Right Clamp, South Fox, H Top, Pass 38, Top Gumby, XP Sweat. Let's go.
Every player is, it's like a snowflake, I would say.
Monterey. Wow.
Oh.
Huh?
Huh? What?
Are you playing with your toys?
Yeah.
Just because he's a dummy who pushes buttons, okay?
Whoa!
Don't worry about that.
You know what? And you always have his back. He calls you a dummy.
I'm sorry they're patronizing you, Frog Boy.
I'll see y'all when I see y'all.